button to push, and also that big X is so easy to press. Okay.
So inviting.
It's very inviting. You are in Qadira, believe it or not, and you're going to be starting here in Kathir in Qadira, which is a big town, so you can have purchased anything you want. Anyway, I will go ahead. Tell you what, you guys probably traveled here together. So before I do the, why don't we do the character introductions? So let's just go from left to right here along the table. We'll start with Declan.
You're putting me on the spot. All right.
Yup.
Declan. He is a Kelishite man that, yes, does actually wear the red poncho and the hat. Who also has a has short, dark brown hair and brown eyes, and has a musket on his back.
Right.
As you travel, he always seems to be fascinated by anything, by any kind of magical effects that are around. He will introduce himself as, "Hi, I'm Declan. I'm a shield marshal from over in Alkenstar. Joined the Pathfinder Society to hone my skills, and finally, a few months back, they accepted me into their ranks. Though I've still decided that the Pathfinder Society is an interesting group to adventure with, so I'm going to stick it around for a little while."
All right. So Elias.
Good day, all. Elias Lorena here, a 6'1" elf, covered in head to toe in different potions and gadgets. I am your local alchemist at the moment, and I'm fairly skilled in a little bit of everything. Try my best to take care of everything as it goes along, but when it comes to the combat thing, that's more you guys than me. I'll do what I can.
All right, Frank.
All right, Frank. He's a tall, nappy-looking, gunslinger guy. He looks like a typical gunslinger would. He's got his hat and his pistolero belt. He's got his pistol, and he has a rapier, but it never gets used ever. And he's just your typical gunslinger. Doesn't like to be up front. Likes to be more toward the middle. So don't want him to get hit.
I'm not sure anybody here likes to be up front, though.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yep, this should be fun.
Arabella. Arabella?
Maybe muted?
Oh, yeah, you're muted. Cherry, you're muted. We don't hear you if you're talking.
Yeah, sorry about that. I've got to make sure you muted her in Google Hangouts for some reason. There we go.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, I am 5'4". I am Ashamar Inquisitor. Very beautiful. I have my bow and my arrows, and I like to stand back and do a lot of work. Toby is my companion. Very dangerous and very lovable.
Not sure how to take that.
Reminds me of my cat. What does she bear holy symbols of any particular deity?
Erastil.
Yes, she bears the holy symbol of Erastil.
Oh, okay. Good. And finally, Vasa.
So Vasa is looks like a very wealthy individual. It does not seem that he tries to keep his wealth very, very hidden. He would, most people might assume that he's a Taldan, but he is not wearing any symbols of nobility or marks that mark him as being noble. He looks very studious. Wears a kind of green velvet, crushed velvet kind of jacket and vest over his clothes. And what you can see, he wears long sleeve shirts. And when he kind of pushes up his sleeves every once in a while, you can actually see that it looks like basically whatever skin you don't normally see is completely covered in tattoos of Thessalonian runes, which kind of is creepy that you got this like very posh-looking individual that is covered in tattoos below the surface, so to speak. And he clearly does not look like a fighter. Is not wearing any armor of any sort, but seems to know a great deal about many things, including magic.
Do I need to tell him I'm glad that mine's wearing armor now?
Sorry? What?
Sorry, Sherry was asking a question about armor. I was just letting her know that her mic was on. She just told everybody.
Oh, fine.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that I'm wearing leather. Leather armor on my cat, too.
All right, so you are in the Pathfinder Lodge in Kathir, which is the capital of Qadira. Venture Captain Ismail ibn Karadi sits behind his immaculately clean desk with his head in his hands. He sighs, takes a deep breath, and rises to address his guests. Originally, I wasn't planning on sending a team back out to the Zhou Mountains. The risk of losing another team is frankly too high. If that weren't enough of a reason, the Society's assault on the World Wound has left the Lodge's coffers much lighter, who like to fund another expedition into dangerous territory so soon. However, following some conversations with fellow agents, I'm reminded that all Pathfinders must come home, no matter the cost, no matter the danger. The lessons of the Shadow Lodge still resonate, which is kind of funny if you just played the special. He nods toward a Pathfinder who stands silently in the corner. In fact, the recent disappearance in the Zhou Mountains has brought a surge of monetary support from the one-time disciples of Grandmaster Dorch. It was enough to finance your voyage here, and I would happily provide you the remainder if you succeed. The Venture Captain takes a few steps toward a map of Qadira hanging from his wall. 6 years ago... By the way, has anyone here played Murder on the Silken Caravan with this character?
No.
Nope.
You have not. Okay, he's about to talk about that mission.
Remember.
6 years ago, a team of Pathfinders received a map of an unexplored area in the Zhou Mountains, and ever since they have stayed busy surveying the region and sending me updates. Until recently, they had uncovered only a few dozen small sites and a plethora of new plant and animal species, but their most recent update referenced a large illusory barrier. Since then, we have not heard from them, and I believe they have found something dangerous beyond. I ask that you use what notes I have on file to track down these agents and make sure they return safely. Investigating the nature of this illusory field, barrier, shield is secondary at best. Ismail pauses a moment before continuing. If you have any questions, I shall answer them as best I can, though most of what the Society knows about the mountains is in the logbooks of those agents. So I will give you a handout here that has everything I just said.
I have
You wanna look
never
through it?
heard of this Venture Captain.
No. Yeah, this lodge isn't used very often. At least up to now. Who knows? Season 7 might go nuts. So, does anyone have any questions?
Do we expect to meet any resistance up there?
He says, not many people have truly been able to settle in those mountains. Those who try either never return or return badly hurt or scarred forever. Expect the worst in those mountains.
No.
He also says the most famous peaks. Am I looking at the wrong one? No. Sorry. He says he says that Qadira spellcasters have long practiced elemental magic and conjured genies. Ow! Harry Boxley. The cat just bit my leg because I was ignoring him. Qadiran spellcasters have long practiced elemental magic and conjured genies, and geniekin are relatively common in the region. It is believed that most have gravitated towards settlements in the Zhou Mountains, though nobody seems able to confirm this rumor. So this being Qadira, genies, perhaps, and geniekin.
Knowledge planes on geniekin?
Yeah, you could do knowledge planes to know about geniekin in general, or you could just ask Vasa. Vasa already knows. So, Everything but geography. So so for your geography, you have some information.
Okay.
You know that the mountains are rarely more than 2 miles high. They are a formidable barrier between Qadira's Kets and Miraz deserts. Two of the most famous peaks are Jonar and Jobel, a pair of large volcanoes that violently erupted nearly 1,000 years ago. Let's see, and then
okay, I'm writing that down because I'm going to say something about that in a second. Go ahead.
Okay.
Anyway,
for Frank's knowledge local here, as well as so Elias also knows that. For Frank's knowledge local, he knows that it's common that the Zhou monsters are home to feral beasts, draconic monsters, and other dangerous creatures.
Yay, feral beasts.
As regards the communities of Geniekin that are supposedly in the Zhou Mountains, he knows that the few explorers who've tried to locate these communities have found the mountains to be deceptively difficult to navigate, and what looks like a mountain pass from afar is often merely just a mirage. And then you've been told by the Vincture captain, of course, that there's maybe an illusory barrier you're going to have to deal with.
So here's a theory. This barrier, does it perhaps surround the volcanoes by chance? Or be in the area of the volcanoes?
It's in that area, but it's not that large. It doesn't surround the entire volcano.
It wouldn't necessarily cover a volcano, but it may protect an area from the volcano if somebody were, say, trying to make it erupt or other such nefarious activities.
Potentially, and if somebody is attempting to induce an eruption, that would be horrifying news indeed. Of course, remember your primary mission is to bring the Pathfinders back, but if you can obtain information about that, that would be of great value.
Okay. Bring back the Pathfinders, try and find out about the illusions. Gotcha.
Is it so hot there that we need to prepare appropriately, or is it more mild this time of year?
Well, you'll be high enough in the mountains that the air is a little more mild, so I wouldn't expect routinely you would have to deal with hot weather.
What about altitude?
It's not so high in the mountains. Most of the mountains are not more than 2 miles high.
Wonderful.
Although that's getting there, but you'll be okay.
Sounds like we're about ready.
All right. Before you go, he nods again to the quiet Pathfinder in the corner. There are some contributions from the Shadow Lodge for you. And he gives you, somebody take notes on this, a potion of Remove Curse, a potion of Cure Serious Wounds, and they were worried for you, so 6 potions of Endure Elements, just in case, and 2 doses of Oil of Taggit.
What?
Taggit.
It seems like a very odd thing to give us.
Yeah, you never know. It's a ingested potion or a poison that knocks somebody out for 1 to 3 hours. It's basically a date rape drug.
Nice. Leave it to the side of the Shadow Lodge to come up with the GHB.
Shadow Lodge was always a little shady, shall we say. Yeah.
Well,
Jeez, and I have to be the dog guy. Jeez.
I know. You have a cat, though. He'll be back.
you weren't there for the beginning of Skull and Shackles, Rob, but that's how we ended up being press ganged onto the boat.
Yes, Oil of Taggit.
Yep.
Perfect.
Apparently it has a distinct almond aftertaste.
Aha. Ooh, that makes you think of... Is it almonds? Is it cyanide or arsenic? Cyanide? One of them tastes like almonds.
That would be arsenic.
I'm going to have to go try. All right.
But it was 6 potions of what now?
Endure Elements.
Okay. I got everything else.
Yeah. Everybody should take a potion of Endure Elements just in case we need it in a pinch, but we shouldn't need it that quickly if we need it.
Yeah, good idea.
I will say that Declan has a constant Endure Elements because of a Paizokan boon, so he should be fine.
Excellent. All right, so...
He's bound.
Yes, it's not likely to be cold, although mountains... All right. So, are you going to? Do you want to? You can purchase anything else you want. Kathir is huge.
Declan is going to have bought or crafted some bullets, some cold iron bullets before he went this way.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up a wand of infernal healing since it sounds like we might need something like that.
Okay.
Always a good idea.
Spending 2 prestige for it.
Okay. All right. So you.
One more
Anything
thing.
I need, Danny?
Okay.
I have a wand of abundant ammunition. Is there anyone who is willing to whack it with me at every combat? Or whack me with it?
No.
Let's
Not
see.
gonna whack you with anything.
Oh.
Abundant ammunition.
Is that on the wizard list? And what school is it?
Abundant ammunition Pathfinder. Bard, Cleric, Ranger, Sorcerer, Wizard.
Okay.
It is of the Conjuration School.
Conjuration? I can do conjuration.
Perfect.
Alright, if you give it to me, I will carry it, and I will put it into one of my spring-loaded wrist sheaths.
Alright, thank you very much.
Click. All right. So you go to the edge of town, where another agent meets you, another individual wearing a wayfinder. He's leading a dozen horses, and he loans you the horses, or at least 6 of the horses. And he says, "In the name of the Shadow Lodge, I wish you good luck." And you mount up the horses, unless you object to that kind of thing. And
Hell no. Can I ride? Can I ride the kitty instead?
you'll have to talk to the kitty about that. How big is your kitty? Actually, medium-sized or small?
He's medium.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Never mind.
Medium kitty, unless you're a halfling. There's always the dog riding halfling, right?
Yeah. Cavalier style.
So, yes,
He's big enough
exactly.
for me to ride, not y'all.
So you go. It takes a week, and it's uneventful. I'll say they also gave you trail rations, so you don't have to spend your own trail rations. And you reach the foothills in less than a week. Now, you have the first Pathfinder's team's notes and maps. Unfortunately, they provide an incomplete picture of the mountain range and its myriad pathways. And so you're going to need either perception or survival.
Ooh, I got a wayfinder for that.
Yes, so for your wayfinder, it'll give you a +2 to spot landmarks, find marks scraped by the previous Pathfinders, and to wind blast walk faces and so on, and follow just nearly obliterated traces of them in order to find your way through. Let me know what else you're going to do in addition to this, and also let me know who's going to be the primary roller if you're going to try and aid each other.
Okay. I'm probably also going to try and memorize the
I have a survival +8.
Looks like Elias might have the best perception. Is it either perception or survival, or do we make both?
It's either perception or survival, and so you're sort of doing it different ways. One, you're just trying to avoid getting lost and find your way and follow the map. The other, you're looking for landmarks and that are mentioned in the notes and things that the spoor of the passage of the previous Pathfinder group.
Yeah, I'll try to assist Elias on survival or perception rather.
Yeah, my perception's probably best, and Arabella's survival may well be best since she's Celestial Tracker and can follow a trail that's old.
Okay, I got a +2 assist for Elias.
Okay, so let's see. So we're working on. So for perception, thus far we have about a 27, right, including the assists.
Looks like
then, Arabella's survival check is very low, but Frank's is high. Let's have let's use Frank as the primary. Who can aid Frank with a survival check? I'll use Arabella's as an aid, so he's at 27.
I can try to aid with a survival check.
Is that survival you just rolled?
Yep.
Let's see. So and so we actually have 1, 2. We have 3 aids. Okay, so that's enough. It was DC 30. Frank's is the primary, and the other 3 of you aiding. You are able to make your way. The trail winds around and over several of the lower peaks. It takes you several dozen miles into the Zhou Mountains and several thousand feet higher in altitude. You're following the first group's progress as best you can, but signs of their progress vanish as you enter an alpine meadow filled with scrub brush and dry grasses that cling to the thin soil. It's an arid, mile-long cove, and it dead ends, sort of the end of the trail you're following. But also the signs of the group's progress are suddenly missing. So you're in this sort of alpine meadow. This is where the trail has led you, and the trail basically has gone cold here.
Oops.
So let me know what you want to do. Sure, you followed.
You're cutting in and out, Rob.
Oh, was I cutting in and out for everyone?
Yes.
Seems like
Yes.
it.
Yeah, some, yeah.
Okay. Let me. So let's see. So how much of that did you hear?
The tracks disappeared, or just end. So we're at the
It's
figure
an
out.
alpine. It's an alpine meadow. The tracks led you into that alpine meadow, but then they sort of disappear there. So basically, the trail just stops at this meadow, and there's no sign of the pathfinders you were following here.
How old are the tracks?
Well, you've been out going for at least a week, so the tracks are at least several weeks old. So you've been following
Okay.
old tracks.
Oh, there goes that idea. Okay. Can you hear me?
Do they
Yes.
wander around before they disappear, or is it just like they're walking, and then just gone?
Well, so it's a very faint trail. So it's basically you were following sort of the odd scrape here and the odd discarded, MRE box there until and just there's nothing when you get to this meadow. So you followed
Okay.
everything up to this meadow and you don't see any more spoor at all.
All right, I'm going to look around. There's
Is this
perception and
Is it like,
geography.
like an illusion or something?
Yeah. So Elias, give me a will save
Alrighty. We'll save.
just in case it's an illusion.
There you go.
So yes, in fact, Elias, with your geography knowledge, you can tell that the geography just does not look quite right. That in fact, it's this should still be a very dry and barren area, and that all of the plants in this whole meadow is an illusory terrain of some sort that's hides, and you can tell now looking through the illusion that the far side actually heads down into a valley, and there's a settlement down there. Now, if you share this information with the others can then make a will save at +4.
Yeah, definitely. It's an illusion, guys. There's a valley down there with people in it.
Is it 16 enough?
A 16 is not enough. Frank is able to see through it. Vasa is able to see through it.
I'm thinking you're all crazy.
Arabella is able to see through
I'm
it.
most certainly crazy, but this is definitely an illusion.
Exactly.
Think
Crazy has nothing to do with it.
I don't see anything.
Well, can I use the target oil on him?
Well, you could even just, if he trusts you, you could do that, yes. If he trusts you, you could have him close his eyes and you could lead him through.
Yeah. Or he just target oil him.
Yeah, there you go. Knock him out and carry him through.
Here's some almond juice.
This'll help.
I was there when you got those. I'm not stupid.
Damn it!
You may not be.
You just have to trust us.
Well,
okay?
so it's, am
You're
I correct that
probably not-
everybody except for Declan has seen through the illusion?
Yep, looks like it.
So Declan eventually is unable to hold up his beliefs in the face of all the evidence from everybody around him, and eventually kind of thinks he can see through the illusion, although it's a little tough. So with its illusory nature clear, much of the plant life gradually fades into transparent shadows, and the cliffs at the far end of the vale part to reveal a much larger valley beyond. In the distance, a large wall encircles a humble town of stone structures. An immense castle built of bronze towers over the settlement. Let me try that again. An immense castle built of bronze bricks towers over the settlement from its perch, just above the base of a nearby mountain. Now this is, on here, actually, you have found the town of Crystal Crag. So that's actually where you are now.
Yay! I'm
Cool.
going to use this target oil on somebody in this session.
Yes, and it's probably going to be one of the PCs.
You never know.
So I'm going to gather all you guys together here, and the map we're about to move to is actually not a combat scale map, but it's a map of the town, so we can see what's going on here. But I'll put your PCs here just so you don't. Well, yeah, there's not really room. I'll put them over on the side here. Oops. Wow, that was interesting. Can I even get them out? Yeah, okay. Fine. So, yeah, move yourselves off to the side here. You come up to the town here. This is the path through the valley leads straight up there to the town. And this is the front gate of the town. Let me actually make a bookmark here in my... Okay, good. You come up to the front gate of the town, and the gate is closed, but there are a couple of Efreet guards standing there. So, for those of you who may not know, an Efreet is a humanoid, so it's a human, but that has been touched by the elemental plane of fire in some way. So Efreet typically have either bronze or reddish skin. They very often have horns, and their hair often looks almost like flame.
Neat.
There are two Efreet guards, and now, does anybody speak Ignan?
I do.
I do.
Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I do, though.
Declan does.
Yes, I do.
All right. So the Efreet guards, as you were approaching, the Efreet guards hail you in Ignan. So in Ignan, they stop and they say, "Who are you? What is your business in Crystal Crag?"
We're looking for some lost compatriots. I respond in Ignan.
The two,
We have tracked them in this general direction, and we are trying to pick up their trail again.
the two Efreets look at each other, and then they look back and they say, "Well, we don't know anything about that."
Are you familiar with Pathfinders?
They look at each other again, and then they look back and they say, "No. What are Pathfinders?"
Sense motive?
Let me roll this one for you. What's your bonus?
12.
Good, because mine is 0.
Yeah. You sense a little hesitation before they talk to you that while you don't think they're directly lying, you think they do know something that they're not saying.
Listen, friends. We're not here to cause any trouble. We're just looking for our friends. Is there any way that we can show our peaceful intentions to you?
They look at each other and they look back to you and they say, "Well," the one who's been talking says, "if you have peaceful intentions, then you may come into the town and engage in whatever commerce you wish. But cause no trouble. And respect the curfew. You will want to secure lodgings when you come in."
And what time is the curfew? Or when does it begin? And
The curfew begins at sunset and ends at sunrise.
Just a quick question. Why is there a curfew?
We have a curfew in order to maintain order in the town.
Sounds fair.
We are a serious people, and we take our privacy seriously.
Uh-huh. Duly noted. Well,
is there a place you would recommend for outsiders to stay?
He says, "You will probably wish to visit the Fifth Facet Tavern."
All right, then. Thank you.
All right. So you head into town. You head into this, so you can see early on there's this big open square there with a statue in the center of town here. As you walk into town, you see a number of people walking around, and they're looking at you and sort of commenting, as in, "You look unusual." They're surprised to see people who look like you there, and it's not too hard to figure out why. Looking around, you actually notice that almost everybody you see are Oreads. So do you guys know what Oreads are?
Mm-hmm.
They're Oreads.
Oreos?
Nope, not exactly.
So Oreads are also, they're like Efreets. They are humans who have their ancestry has been touched by the elemental of the earth elemental plane. So Oreads tend to be short and stocky, and their skin often is very grayish and often looks almost like stone itself. They're known to be very solid, staid people in general. They probably get along with dwarves very well. And so that's what Oreads are. They are the genie kin that you were told about before coming here.
Gotcha.
But you do notice that in addition to Oreads, there is a small admixture of Afrits. And the Afrits, by and large, seem to be wearing heraldry that indicate that they're probably town guards of some sort, or something like that. But a lot of the Oreads are looking at you and noticing that you're there, because, of course, none of you are. The closest you have is a Sylph, and the Sylph certainly is not an Oread or an Ifrit. But all the rest of you are, what, humans and elves and things like that.
Yep, and an Asimar.
And
An
a
Azamar.
Don't judge people
And
based on
yeah,
their
well, that's-
celestial, heritage.
Well, yes. Well, it's
Question,
unusual.
can White Tiger go in?
Yeah, they'll let your tiger go in as long as it doesn't cause any trouble.
Oh, he'll stay with me.
Yeah, Toby's well-mannered.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So, as you come in, you look around town, at least the local area of the town, and you can figure out pretty quickly that what's labeled Building A there appears to be a council house of some sort. And then beyond that, what's labeled Building B is the tavern that you were mentioned, and we'll talk about the other locations later if you ever get to them.
Well, perhaps we should head to the fifth facet then.
Mm-hmm. What time of day is it now?
Yeah, it's probably late morning,
Okay.
hour before noon, something like that.
We have some time before sunset.
Yep,
Yeah.
perfect.
Alright.
Okay.
Well, let's go check into the fifth facet.
Yes, and listening to the people around us, are many people speaking common, or is pretty much everybody speaking another language?
What you mostly hear, does anyone speak Terran?
Yes.
Checking.
That one I do have.
Terran is the language, which is the native language of the Earth Elemental Plane, is what most of the Oreads are speaking.
Perfect, I did pick the right elemental language for once.
I let my lead balls do the talking. That didn't come out right.
Yeah, that sounded really bad.
Tell me this ain't the same guy that's got the poison.
That's all right.
Oh my
There we go.
Oh, man. All right, the fifth facet is a square two-story stone tavern that sits on the main roadway of Crystal Crag. The smell of charred timber and cooked food wafts gently out of the multiple windows hewn into the building's facade. So as you go in, you can see that there's a number of people inside the tavern who are drinking. It seems like a reasonably friendly place. Mostly Oreads inside here. As you enter, you can see that some of them are watching you with open curiosity. Others are trying to hide their curiosity a little bit. You head to the back, to the bar, and there is a male Oread back there, the barkeep. And he looks up at you, and he looks around, and he looks back, and then he looks at you again. And he waves over and he says, "Come, foreigners, speak with me." He says this in Terran. Who understands that? I hear a whole bunch of clanking.
Somebody said they understand Terran.
So who understands? Put a X in chat if you understand Terran.
I think it was our resident wizard that did.
No.
I really need to pick up languages more than just common. Maybe I'll put some skills
Who is it?
into...
Who is it that
The
understands
person that spoke Ignon, I think, also speaks Terran.
Who is that?
Sorry about that. No problem. You had to run to the bathroom. My mic had. I had to swap out.
Hello?
I got the same. That's not what I'm doing.
I think that's Elias. Elias maybe speaks
Elias,
Terran.
are you there?
That's what I'm fixing to miss.
Elias, are you there?
No, Elias died in Platoon.
So, Danny, are you there?
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
I think we lost him.
Okay, I'm back.
All right. All right. So you're the one who speaks Terran, yes?
Yes, that's me. Sorry.
Okay. So the bartender has in this thing. He's waved you over, and he says in Terran, and he notices that you understand him, and he says, "None of the rest of your companions speak this language, do they?"
No, they do not.
All right. And he switches to Common, and he looks at all of you, and he says, "What brings you to this town?" And he says it quietly.
Let's see. All right.
I'm gonna hold
Time
up
to
my
be a bit
wayfinder.
diplomatic.
I'm gonna hold up my wayfinder. You know. 'Cause
Yes,
it's a
and
Pathfinder
he.
thing.
He says,
Yes, we're here looking for friends who seem to have gone missing a while back.
Pathfinders. He says, "Oh." He says, "Yes, yes. Pathfinders have visited here once before." He says, "What news do you have of the outside world? We don't get much communication with the outside world here."
What would you like to know?
He says, "Well, what's happening in the world? Who's in control of the surrounding deserts?"
Without going too far into treatise, give him a basic breakdown of what's going on in the world.
So Kadira,
Elias
would be
can
the country control of the local area, all that sort of thing. And so he talks to you for a little while about what's going on. And he says, "So you've come here looking for friends." He says, "Interesting." He says, "You should probably speak with Councilman Urdan Stonemantle." He says, "You may be able to find him in the public square or the council building. He may be able to tell you more."
Thank you.
We'll be able to. Can you ask? Did you ask him about lodging? We do need to get some lodging for the night.
And
Yeah,
he is. He says he does have rooms, and that you're welcome to take them. The price will just be whatever the standard price usually is for a. Here, I'll tell you. It's not going to be very much. Ah,
I'm gonna put it on my
just had it.
Pathfinder Society expense card.
There you go.
unfortunately, they don't give you the. It'll be 5 silver pieces a night. So, like I said, not very expensive. He does give you a drink on the house in exchange for the gossip you gave him about what's going on in the outside world. And you really do get the sense that this is insular. But given that the entire town is in a valley that was hidden by an illusion, it is no surprise they don't get much in the way of visitors.
So it's like one of those weird towns that, like, you know, don't let outsiders in and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, given that they're so surprised, they're all looking at you like you're weird aliens, you get the sense that yes, although they didn't stop you from coming in. So, yeah, you're not really sure. So, what do you want to do next?
I think perhaps heading to the council house may be.
I'll say, go find the counselor. I think that's probably our best bet for now.
So, you start heading back to the council building, and you don't actually get very far. You're going just heading down the road outside before a man approaches you. He's an older Oread who has, he's an older Oread. He's got hair-thin, cracked spider webbing his skin, which reminds you of cracked stone. He approaches you, and he says, "Hello," and he says in common, although he has a strong Terran accent, he says, "I am Councilman Urdan Stonemantle. You are Pathfinders, yes?"
Correct.
Yes, we are. I think we have found you.
He says, yes, I wish to speak with you in private."
That is fine.
Interesting. We had just been looking for you for the same purpose.
"Yes, you are looking for your friends who have come here a few weeks before, yes?"
Yes.
So they have been here.
"Yes, come with me." And he leads you to the council house, and of course you can tell it's the council house because it has the weathered inscription, Council House, in Terran, which hopefully Elias translated for you before. And he brings you inside and into a small room where he sits down and invites all the rest of you to sit as well. And he says, yes, you are not, as you know, not the first outsiders, the first strangers to come to town. He says, several weeks ago, a group came bearing the strange compass badges.
Yes.
Does anyone flash their wayfinder at this?
Exactly.
Yeah, and he says, yes. He says, yes, just like that, he says. And yes, they came here several weeks ago, and they are now the guests of Tigora, who is the ruler of our town.
Okay.
You say guests. I get the feeling it's less than...
I got my Taggart oil out. What's up?
Okay, put the Taggart oil away.
I get the feeling that them being guests is less their choice and more something they demanded.
What happened?
Something that was demanded.
He sighs. He says, well, they were invited up to the council house and have not, or not the council house, they invited up to Tigora's keep, and they have not come out since. And he...
Yeah, it must be extended guests.
Were they invited up
says,
for a reason?
Tigora is very nervous of contact with outsiders. Disruptive influences.
It's understandable.
So who exactly is this Tigora person?
Leader of the city.
Tigora is the leader of our city. She is our protector. She is the one who has kept us safe for centuries. Many centuries,
Sounds
ever
like
since the trouble.
Imprisoning you.
What are y'all so afraid of?
Well, she is an Afriti, a mortal creature from the elemental plane of fire.
That explains a bit.
She says, but she does not imprison us. She is our ruler. She is firm. She maintains order. But she has done so for generations, and she was the one who protected our town generations ago when the eruption of the volcano threatened it.
Yeah, that sounds like.
Do you know how she protected the town?
What a time to fail in knowledge history.
Yes, what can you do?
Do you know how she protected the town?
Although that's still a pretty good knowledge history check for
Yeah,
for a roll of a 1.
Not a bad fail.
Yes. He says that 2 volcanoes erupted nearly at the same time. Rock slides, buried vital mountain passes, cut off many communities. Erratic fissures opened that swallowed some entire communities, and volcanic ejecta often buried what communities remained near the peaks. There were even small rifts to the plane of fire open, and fiery beasts of all sorts wandered the Zhou Mountains.
That doesn't sound like anything natural at all.
It was these explosions of those volcanoes. Many perished in it. Many communities were lost. But Crystal Crag survived only because Tigora was able to protect us and shield us from the worst and protect us from the beasts from the plane of fire. Or so the legends go. This was many generations ago.
How long ago was this?
Many centuries ago.
Okay, I assume that nobility wouldn't help at all either.
Probably not, because this is a town that's been cut off, so any of the gossip of the nobility of the inner city would not apply.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Well, if this list person keeps our friends hostage, and that's not going to work for me, so, you know.
We'll deal with it.
What would you guys do if what's-her-face is not around no more?
Hey, stop.
So,
That is not the way we're going to deal with this.
give me 2 things here as you ask this question. I want the person who said it give me a diplomacy check.
Damn it! Crap.
You can take 10 if you wish. Or bluff if you're lying, which I don't think you are.
I'm not lying.
And can
and
I
then
do the
everybody,
diplomacy check to get past it?
actually, I want to make a little macro here real quick. So give me a second. This is something I usually do at the beginning of the game.
Well, I got the +1 diplomacy, so I'm ready to roll it whenever.
All right. Okay, he kills you. Can everybody tell me? And I'll ask you in order. I'm going to ask you what your sense motive bonus is. Frank, what's your sense motive bonus? So the rest of you look this up. Declan, what's yours?
Plus 12.
Wow. Declan senses the motives.
I needed 5 ranks to become a shield marshal.
Yes.
And then
Elias, what is your sense motive?
Plus 12.
Damn. Okay. And Arabella, what is your sense motive?
+10.
All right. Check you guys out.
I can do backflips with an acrobatics +13, though. Does that count?
See, your sense motive. Everybody has their skills. So Vasa, what's your sense motive?
0.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah, and Arabella can also discern lies.
All right.
I got my
So
diplomacy
that's
+1, so.
all
Yeah,
right.
and I was going to ask if I can use a counter diplomacy to stop things from going on when he makes this absolute.
Yeah. Well, let's
blunder.
see what his does, and then you can certainly do more stuff after that. And
Want me to roll
then
now, or-
I want to ask. Well, you guys are not yet. Hang on. I have one other question I want to.
I'm dead. Mike's dead.
So Frank, what's your perception modifier?
Perception +8.
All right, Declan.
Perception is a plus 14.
Damn. Elias.
Plus 15.
Check you guys out. Arabella, perception.
+11.
Okay, and Vasa, perception.
Second verse, same as the first.
Excellent. Okay. Good. Fine. You're a spellcaster.
And I should have modifiers
I need to
somewhere.
go back now, Daddy.
All right.
I'll go back.
So go ahead and roll me that diplomacy check.
I took 10.
You did
Perfect.
Okay, and now here's what I'm going to tell you. Some of you, it turns out that Elias can read him like a book. Frank gets some sense too of what's going on, and the rest of you don't really get a lot of
I'm not
sense.
trying to
This
read
is
no books. I'm just going to tell them that we're going to kill somebody, and, that's how we do.
Well, here's what you get reading from him. That when you say, or it's Frank, when Frank says that you're just going to go and get your people back, so you read him like a book. You can tell that he's very conflicted by this. That he actually feels some sympathy when you suggested that there's tyranny going on, that she's imprisoning them as opposed to just ruling them. He feels some sympathy to that. You get the sense, but he doesn't feel convinced about that. He does seem quite alarmed at the notion of you causing trouble in town. That's the sense you get. So, in response to this, he says, or do you want to interrupt before he says something?
No. I will not interrupt the man when he's speaking.
All right. So what he says is, he says, well, you will find her keep very well guarded, and if you cause trouble in town, it could bring down reprisals on all of the population of the town.
Does
Yes.
he mean to endanger town?
Before we don't do anything too
Okay.
too extreme, because while I just let me make my player knowledge. Okay, yeah. Afridi are typically not good creatures.
Oh.
There's certainly no reason to come into another land and start causing chaos by disposing despots.
Well, and certainly, Deck will chime in. Certainly, I don't wish to cause any trouble. I'm a man of the law myself. I don't wish to cause a reprisal for the entire community, nor shake things up terribly much.
Stone Mantle will say yes, and things are uncertain right now. He says there were 3 members of the council, but a year ago, one of them disappeared, and then recently a second one has disappeared shortly after your previous Pathfinders arrived in town. Nominally, the Council of Oriads, 3 of us, are the town rulers, although of course we always answer to Tigora, but I am the only one who remains, and I would not want to see more trouble for my people. But many of my people do remember when we ruled ourselves.
Yeah,
I will say no more.
If people keep disappearing, that's probably a good, clue that bad things are bad.
Well, considering that some of our own Pathfinders came into here before we arrived, and that's when some of the trouble was happening, I wouldn't put it past members of our society to cause those kinds of problems too.
Thank you. And you've never heard of loose lips, have you? Just wondering. You ever heard of the word diplomacy?
I've heard of it. I've got +1, so.
So
Or
he
even
nods.
shut up, it'd be fine.
We will do everything within our power to work within your laws to get our people back. That I can promise you.
Man, screw their laws, dude. I can Pathfinders out.
He says, if you wish to get your friends out from the keep, it will be very difficult to do it on your own. He says, it would behoove you to speak with others and maybe weaken Tigora's forces first.
Good idea. Any idea
he says,
who we can speak with?
He says, I am not convinced that it is the right thing myself to help you. Although I still do have, as the single remaining council member, I do have enough influence. But I'm not sure it's the right thing to do to put my people on the line. So I'm not sure I want to do that yet. But there are a few others that you might wish to speak with. He says, in fact, at the Fifth Facet Tavern, which I believe you may have already visited as I saw you coming out of there, it's a place where those who are not as happy with how things are going sometimes tend to gather. Nobody is ready to rebel, but you may be able to gather support there. Another place you may go, there is a smithy. Valsog is the name. Valsog's Smithy and Armory. He builds weapons that is being used by the children and by the guardians of Tigora's keep. If you speak with him, you may convince him to stop supplying, or you may be able to deal with that. And there's one other you may wish to speak with. There's an alchemy shop, known as the Everlasting Fire Alchemy Shop. He has been resisting providing alchemical aid as Tigora seeks to build her guards, and as she seeks to arm both her elemental guards and the children. You may speak with him because he may be sympathetic.
Thank you.
Yeah, alchemy buddies,
Yeah, so you've got 4 different people basically you could talk to. Damn, and it hasn't worked too well yet.
The alchemy shop, and then the armory.
The smithy,
yeah.
and the leader of the council here.
Yeah, the council, the guy you're talking to right now. But you can come back and try and influence him a bit later, but he won't. For now, it's not going to work.
Gotcha.
Because of the diplomacy.
But if we tag it oil him, he will.
Let's not try that first. Let's make that plan Q.
I'm gonna use this oil, man.
That's fine. I have no problem with you using the oil later.
So where do you want to go?
Tavern?
Let's see. We can try the
Tavern's
tavern.
close.
I mean,
All right, you head back to the tavern.
liquid courage and all that, you know.
Well, perhaps
Yes.
we should head to the tavern last, seeing how that's going to be our lodging for the night,
That's
and
kinda-
get other things out of the way.
But what
I was thinking maybe the alchemist shop.
Because we have an alchemist with us, so we can like.
Yes, we do.
Best.
I think we have a lot of alchemy in the party. I've got craft alchemy, the alchemist does, and the gunslingers probably do too, don't
Yeah,
they?
I got craft
Yep.
alchemy as well.
Yeah, and the alchemist actually happens to be an elven diplomat. I'm chaotic myself, guys, but I'm not going to say anything about any of this. You tell people that you're going to follow their laws.
No, hell no. Frank does what he wants.
Yes, that's what diplomacy is all about, telling people to go to hell in such a way that they think the trip is nice.
I thought diplomacy was, this is Sparta!
I got
Okay, yeah, that's one way of diplomacy.
that's Frank's +1 to diplomacy.
Kick. Yes. So where do you guys want to go?
Let's head to the alchemy shop first.
All right. When you get to the alchemy shop, bad shit is in progress.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah, I love bad shit.
Bad shit's in progress. We are low sub-tier, yes. So, and no 4-player adjustment because there's 5.
Yep.
So, is it my imagination or do I have no idea what I'm doing? Okay, good.
Well,
If you want an answer to that, or
so I wasn't gonna say
Well,
anything.
here's my real problem is I'm trying to put the frontliners in front and I can't find any. Okay,
Exactly.
here's what happens. You come up on the alchemy shop. This wooden stone structure sits on a busy street corner. Red and orange paint brightening its exterior. A sign depicting colorful vials and a beaker hangs above the door. Unfortunately, bad shit is in progress. Let's see here. So, what you see back here is there's an Oread here who looks very unhappy and angsty. This over here is what's labeled as the alchemy shop. There are 2 Frits present.
stop it.
There's a whole bunch of noise.
Oops, sorry.
Hello?
That was me. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
I forgot
There
that my
are 2
microphone is on my
Frits.
chest.
Yeah, it was very loud all of a sudden. There are 2 Ifrits present, and based on the body language of the Ifrits, here I'm going to roll a sense motive, see if you guys actually figure this out. Oh yes, 3 of you can tell based on the body language, so Declan, Elias, and Arabella can all tell based on the body language that the Ifrits have been bullying the Oread very recently. And as you walk up the Ifrits, you see them throwing oil onto the building.
Oh, hell
And
no.
so you see these areas outlined in brown. They are coated with oil. Now, you may not want to kill anybody here, but because there are time-sensitive things going, we're going to roll initiative. So, oh, that's very interesting. Hang on a second.
Side note,
We need to start over here.
Okay.
Yes, what?
I don't see the areas outlined in brown.
Oh.
Neither do I.
All right. So I'll move them to the right layer.
I got a natural 20, man. I'm not re-rolling my initiative.
There you go.
Well, you can re-roll it and then you can modify it when you actually.
Yeah. Holy cow! I rolled well.
Oh damn.
All right. Is everyone in?
Find your initiative. Yeah. Click on your character here. There,
I
Bill.
wanted to bluff them that we're here to like buy something.
You might buy something. Oh, she goes first. Really?
Perfect.
Oh, plus 10. Okay, fine.
I go first, sucker.
So descending. Oh, Frank does go first.
Nice.
No, because she has a plus 10.
Yeah. Just didn't put the O in. She has a 10 plus 10 initiative because she's an inquisitor.
No,
I'll adjust my macro.
Yeah, the macros.
All right. So you have. So you know what I've told you. You've seen them throw. Let me know what you do.
I'm going to cast water on the all.
Create water.
Create water.
Sorry.
Yeah.
On where?
On the all.
You can't cast it on.
Cast on the oil.
Oh, on the oil.
Which area?
Okay.
Yeah. She's going to cast.
Let's see. So
On
create
the
water.
brown area, right near.
Yeah, you can cast it on one square. Which square do you want to cast it on?
Which of those squares you want to get to? I don't know. Okay, go with the one on the top of the corner of the L.
Okay, on the corner of the L.
Okay. So hang on one second. Let me do something here.
Mm-hmm. That or wherever the top of the shop is.
All right. Yes. So you're going to cast Create Water here. Let me just... All right, so you've soaked that area with water, yes?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually
Good,
really
okay.
Call there.
Okay.
Does that piss him off?
Next. And actually, I want to do this on... Yes, it does.
Alright, so I guess
I
I
wanna
get to
do-
kill people now.
Yeah. Oh, at 10, but that's fine. Okay. Well, they say, "Oh, what are you doing? Go away! This is not your business." And as you do this, you can see some other Oreads coming forward. So the Ifrits are saying to you, and they're actually yelling in common, "This is not your business. Go away!" Frank, what do you want to do?
Aw, hell no. They don't get to bully around my buddy Morak.
Perhaps trying to talk them down will be better.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Too bad I'm way down in the order.
What are we supposed to do?
Perhaps trying to talk them down instead of shooting them down will be better.
Talk
Yep.
them down? I mean, I can't diplomacy them.
I mean, you could delay. If things go to shit, you could hold action to shoot.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my action, so if they come at me, I'm gonna shoot.
You can say we're just trying to keep your friend
Wait.
there.
Okay, so wait, Frank. You have moved, so you can't delay, but you can ready an action. Do you want to ready an action?
Sure. Yeah.
And what's the action you're readying?
I'm gonna
And what condition will it go off?
my pistol if they get within 10 feet.
All right. Okay, Declan.
Declan is going to move up to right here and go, "Hail, mighty Ifrit. We're not here to cause trouble. We were just here to speak with Morak. Perhaps you could hold off on your business until we speak with him. I'm sure that perhaps you're needed elsewhere." Ah, shit.
And he says, "You're interfering with the Queen's justice. Stay away!" And he is going to step forward to Declan. That will cause... Now he's within 10 feet of Frank.
Yeah, that'll provide.
So Frank... Yeah, unfortunately, Declan now is providing soft cover, so that's going to be a... Do you have precise shot?
I do have precise shot.
Okay, so you just have a -4 from the soft cover.
Yeah, but he's flat-footed and everything, so whatever. Wait, no, he's not.
Oh, he's not actually, because he started moving. Yeah.
But touch AC is good.
Yes. What's that second line?
That's if
Oh,
I
that was a
got
critical
correct.
confirm?
Yeah, if I confirm.
Okay. Alright, so you do 10 points of damage to him, and now he's pissed.
Right.
So, to do a thing to... hang on a second. I have a cat who's biting my leg.
So that's-
Here, Boxy.
What's my initiative?
I need
somewhere?
you not. I need you not in here. Okay. He's going to do a thing to Declan.
Hey, I tried, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
I gotta protect my boy, you know?
Yup,
It's
and
understandable.
he's going to try and punch Declan like this. Boom. and misses horribly.
Keyword there being try.
Yeah, that was
Are
pretty
they
horrible.
brawlers?
Yes, they are.
Ah,
This one is going to cast a spell. He's actually using a spell-like ability, which you can spellcraft it if you wish.
Yep.
Undo a shield cannon.
Not
I
yet.
know what it is already, but
That is the cone of flame shoots up from his hands. He's using a spell-like ability, Burning Hands, which you know all that Fritz can do once a day. And he does it in that direction, and that is going to catch parts of the oil is going to easily catch on fire here.
That's why we got a great water.
Yep. It just wasn't quite in enough area.
Yep, but it does stop that one hex or that one square from catching fire.
She's gonna be
Good.
doing the rest of the actions.
Yep.
Yep, so those two things are now on fire. Elias, you're up.
Alrighty, that wasn't nice. Elias is going to step 5, 10, 15, 20, step to here, and let's tangle this. Try and throw a tanglefoot bomb at this guy.
Alright, do you have precise shot?
I have precise shot. I also have precise bomb, so I can leave these guys out. Leave my own. Sorry. Okay.
And what's the burst radius of the Tanglefoot bag?
It's a 10-foot radius.
Or Tanglefoot bomb, okay, so it'll just get the one guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the touch attack. You're at -4 because of cover.
Okay, yeah, I have the...
Blank shot.
Yeah. I have precise, so I don't know that it's going to be 10 -4, but okay. Oh, he's directly in front of me. Gotcha.
Yeah, precise shot means that so you would normally have a -4 because he's in melee. You also have a -4 for cover, so there's
Gotcha.
two -4.
Here's the 21 touch.
But you only have one of them. So, okay, let's let me look up their armor class here. I'm just being slow. Touch easily touches, even if. And did you include the -4 in that?
Yes, it did.
Okay, yes, that easily touches. So now what happens to him?
Now, if he doesn't make a DC 17 reflex save, he is entangled and stuck. If he doesn't, he's still entangled, takes a -4 to dex and a -2 to attack, and moves at half speed.
All right, so he makes it. So he's just got the entangled condition.
Yep.
All right. So what I'm going to do is put a little net thing on him to represent that he's entangled.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the little net thing? Here it is. There we go.
Oh, wait.
All right.
I forgot to add damage to that as well.
Does it do damage? I thought it didn't do damage if it was the
I
Tanglefoot
didn't think
bomb.
they did either, but I heard earlier that if it doesn't specifically say a bomb does damage, then it does.
You know
I've been
that-
told that the Tanglefoot Bomb does damage.
yeah, it does damage.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's just a tanglefoot bag, so why would you need a bomb to be able to do it?
How much damage does it do?
1 second, I'm rolling it. 11 points.
Okay. What kind of damage is that?
It's a bomb, so I'm assuming fire damage. So it's probably
It's
nothing
fire.
to him.
Let's see. He has, yeah, so actually some of it does go through, but not all of it. He does have some DR
That
for the
works.
fire. Vasa.
What am I doing?
What are you fools doing? You're gonna make this situation way worse than it needs to be. I will double move up to here and say, an Ignon, you know, what am I gonna say? My companions are a bit out of control, so perhaps we can end this before it gets worse. And I double move to there and say that.
Okay. All right. Fire spreads. First of all, fire easily spreads into adjacent squares that have oil in it. So this one's now burning.
And actually, does this scenario have anything special for putting out fires, like special rules that we would perhaps know?
Yeah, if you
Obviously, create water works, but
yes, create water easily works. If you so you can apply at least 10 gallons of water to a square, or if you get close to it, you could either do a survival check or a reflex save as a standard action,
That's not something I'll ask.
trying to
You missed a lot of-
snuff out the fire.
okay.
So if you want to try and do that, and then if you have other spells that you think will work, let me know
Sure.
what you want to try, and it might well work. But create water obviously works. Then the question is, if you just try and do it manually by standing, if you're next to a square, it's either survival or reflex save to try and put the fire out. Okay, so it does. So the fire is going to spread to that, and then also the fire is going to spread to 1d2 more random adjacent squares. So one more random adjacent square, and I will just randomly pick this one. So, okay, that's where there is fire now. Arabella, you are up again.
Okay, I'm going to. Let me see, just a sec.
By the way, I should also mention when the exploding, or let's see, who first, when Frank shot the Ifrit, all of you could see Morak actually sort of cringe when the Ifrit took damage.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was sad to see the Ifrit take damage, even though he was bullying Morak.
Because payback's gonna be a bitch.
Well, you know, I
Hey, I
hate
need you a minute.
people get close to me, man, and you know, it's my personal space.
Yeah, things happen.
Yeah, actually, I'd say Elias knows that from sense motive that it's actually not just that payback would be a bitch. That Morak actually seems not to want to see the Ifrit hurt.
Can I roofie him?
I don't understand what you just said.
That would be a no.
I can't roofie him.
Okay.
The
What's
oil.
roofie?
Create water on the
I can
Oh.
pour it down his
How
throat.
far can I move?
So Arabella, what are you gonna
You
do?
can move to anywhere. Thank you. And just create water over there.
I'm going to move to here. I'll move to here.
Where did you start?
Back here.
Let's see. So that would be a double move to get there. You have a 30-foot move, right?
Move to here.
Okay, let me move back just in here. Okay, and then I'm going to create water right up in here.
Oh, there goes my full round attack.
So where are you creating water?
Where?
If you click and hold, you can ping the map.
There we go.
Okay. All right. So that'll put out
Okay.
that fire.
And Toby's going to move up. But not attack. He's just going to piss on it.
All right. What's his move?
He's got a 40 move.
All right. So it'll actually be a double move for him to get close to the fire. He can get to there with one move, but that he'll have to be next to it to piss on the fire.
Yeah. He's probably not
Is
going
that
to
a
be.
free action to piss?
It's standard action to piss.
Depends. I mean, you're using both hands or
You
just
can
one
just
hand.
stop. Just hold. Okay, so
Yeah, but you have to really focus on it to get it
I don't
out. So
think he's
it's
going to hold. He's just going to let go.
all right. He wets this square with oil in it. All right. That square has now got, and I'm going to make this more of a yellowish color because it's urine. Okay, good. All right, Frank, you are up.
Well, Arabella blocked my full round attack there, but
Sorry about that.
Attacking right now may not be the best idea. Elias is.
can I intimidate them to stop?
You can try.
That would be a good idea. Thank you.
I could have did that.
All right.
Like, put down
tell-
your weapons.
tell me what you're saying.
Put them down.
Tell me
we'll
what
kill
you're saying
you.
to them.
Put them down or we'll kill you.
Without the "will kill you" thing, might be a great idea.
Yeah, okay. Put them down. I don't want to have to kill you.
All right.
Thank you.
Interesting. And that was a 25 that you rolled.
Clearly you're outclassed.
Yeah, damn. That's pretty good. Yes. All right, fine. Declan.
Declan is going to... Is it a full round action to try and put out the fire?
A standard action.
Okay. So Declan will move up to there.
And entangled people don't get opportunity attacks, is that correct?
Exactly.
Right.
And he is going to try to put out the fire with a reflex save.
All right. That's good enough. So you managed to put out the fire in this square. All right. It is Enforcer 1's turn. He, all right. He actually seems to be pretty intimidated by Frank, and he looks back at his friend, and he says, looks back at you, and he says, you're interfering with the Queen's justice, but he sounds less certain about it than he did last time. Is there anything he can try to do to break out of the entangle?
Yeah, 17 points takes care of the entangle.
Oh, and I guess he can still move at half speed.
Yes, he can.
So what he's gonna do? Well, can he take a 5-foot step, or does the entangle stop that?
I think at half speed you don't get a 5-foot step, but I do not know for certain.
Yeah, you do. It's just if it's difficult. So is it difficult terrain, or is it that his move goes down?
No, it's just half speed.
Okay, so he can still do the 5-foot step. He's going to 5-foot step to there, which is not a good position to be, and go total defense. This one is going to boldly walk past Vasa, thinking that Vasa may not hurt him. So he does one move to there, and he looks at all of you, and he says, he looks like they're trying to run away at this point after Frank's intimidate check. And he says, this won't be the last you hear of this, interfering with the Queen's business like this. And then he's going to do, and Vasa, did you want to take an opportunity attack as he went by?
Nope. I don't even have my weapon out, so.
Yeah, so then he's going to take a second move to there. So that's what those two guys do. Elias, what are you going to do?
Let's see.
We'll take 'em out.
Gentlemen, this can be taken care of in a much easier way if we'll just talk it through. And now I'll go up and, let's see, I can't get enough. No, I can't move up actually enough to actually put out any of the fire, so I'll just stay where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, talking after someone being shot's probably not the best idea.
All right.
The dude got in my space.
So, Vasa, what do you want to do?
I'll say back to the Ifrits that we're coming here to teach Morak, potentially teach Morak some new alchemical things that would benefit your community, and now that may be impossible. And are we going to have to get onto the roof to put out the rest of the fire?
You can actually climb up onto the tents here on this one. For this one, the create water is probably going to be your best bet.
Sure.
But yes, you'd have to climb up to the roof to get those.
What kind of climb? What kind of climb check are we talking, you think?
Oh, not a very hard one. Let's call it DC probably 10.
Well, I'm starting at 0, so
a surface with ledges to hold on and stand on, such as yeah, that's what it would be.
Well, yeah, why not? Let me just see here.
Actually, you know what? There's enough bric-a-brac about and stalls to stand out. I call it DC 5.
Okay. I'm going to try 5.
Okay. And remember, when you climb, you go at a quarter speed. Yeah. So you're fine. You're able to climb.
So I was 20 to there, and then so obviously I'll double move up to the roof, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So that would be 10 more feet to get up to the roof.
Yep. And actually, since that gives me plenty of room, I'll maneuver so I don't have to move. Oops. I did not walk through the fire. I went around it.
So. There you go.
Let's see. So, well, no, I think you would have used your full move to get here, right? Because the roof is 10 feet up, and you move at quarter of your speed. You used 40 feet of movement to get up.
Right. So a total of 60 feet for the round, because all I'm doing is moving.
Yeah, but you took 20 to get to here.
Right. Oh, you're saying another 20 up on top?
Another
Right.
40 to get to the top.
Oh, another 40 to get to the top. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
10 feet up.
misunderstood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Round 10. There's no more oil to spread to because you already put the fire out in the one where it had spread. So another one square is going to catch fire. So just to make it fun for Vasa here, I'll put it right next to him. Morak also sees Vasa trying to put the fire out and is going to come to try to help. So he's going to get to here, and then he's going to try to climb up to the roof. And he doesn't have stats, so I'm going to just... That's good enough. So he gets to the roof. All right. Arabella.
I'm going to do the water again. Move out right there. Move water.
Where are you doing water?
There you go.
Okay. So that fire will go out. And that space is now pretty wet. And does Toby do anything?
Toby's just going to follow beside her.
How far can he pee?
I don't think he has a reach with his urine.
I think that was just a joke.
It's not a reach weapon.
Is it a ranged weapon? I think it's a
Range touch.
I think it's just a joke.
Yeah. All right, Frank.
I'm gonna go over here. 25. Okay, and then can I put that fire out, or do I gotta like do something else?
Yeah, you'll need to climb up to put the fire out.
How high is it?
No, you know what? I'll let you put the fire out there from next to it. You're sort of climbing up onto the things there.
Okay.
Just like this one back here is the one you needed to.
Reflex save?
Yes, that's good enough. So you put that square out. Declan.
Can I climb up from here?
Yeah.
So how far is it? You said 10 feet?
It's 10 feet up.
And
DC 5 climb check.
And I go, oh, I can definitely do that. And I go a quarter of my speed, so...
So you use up 40 feet of movement getting to the top.
45, 55. So I'll go right there in preparation to try and put out the fire.
Okay. This guy is going to provoke from Elias. Elias, do you want to take an opportunity attack?
No, Elias is going to let him go if he's leaving.
All right, and he's moving at half speed. He gets to here. This one takes off and is going to leave. So he's gone. All right, that's those two. Elias, what do you want to do?
Yeah, Elias is going to step up to here, but I can't really get to any of the fire, so I'll just step up there and hold for now.
Okay, Vasa.
I'll walk around to here and try to put out a fire. You said it was a reflex save to put out a fire?
Yep, and I'll tell you what I'll do is that Morak will help you, so I will give you a... he does an 8 another, so you get a +2 on that.
12 reflex.
Yeah, unfortunately not quite good enough. So you're beating at the fire and it doesn't yet quite go out. Alright, fire spreads. Only one square of spreading, so what I'm going to do is spread it from here. I have to be on the right layer. To here. So Vasa's now trapped.
Okay, wouldn't that area already be wet?
No, I've put circles all the wet ones.
Okay. Then Arabella is going to wet this one.
All right, so that new square goes out, and it's now wet with vast amounts of created water. Frank?
Okay, so I'm on the roof now, or what am I doing?
No, you aren't. You will have to climb to get to the roof. It's a DC 5 climb check.
Onto the roof?
Acrobatics? If you can high jump up to the roof, yeah.
I can, because I do have like a nice acrobatic skill. So.
A high jump, you'll want to get a running start.
Oh, never mind then, because I don't
And
really have that, do I? But I can definitely move.
well, you could go back you could move and then get a running start back.
Yeah, no thanks.
Unfortunately, it's really hard to jump up that high.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll let you do it because there's lots of ledges and things. I'll go ahead and say you're able to backflip up to the roof, and that uses one
Jackie
move
Chan
action.
won't climb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I
There you go.
put it out or have to wait?
You have a standard action left, so you can try and put it out. Yes, that'll do it. Declan?
Well, his fire is now gone, so 5, 10, and he will try and put that one out.
All right, you guys have managed to put the fire out, so we are good.
You're all lucky,
All right.
because I would have kept shooting.
All right, so once you have put the fire out, the Morak and the bystanders are sort of still watching, and Morak looks at you and he says, thank you. He says, thank you so much. He says, the Ifrits, I'm glad that you didn't kill any of the children. He says, I didn't want to see them. They're just misled. He says that Tigora has commanded that I start, instead of making remedies and the other alchemical tools that I've been making, that I start making weapons to use, because she's building an army that she wants to spread her influence to other settlements of the elemental touched in the Zhou Mountains, and I refused, and I think that's why they came here. They were telling me that I had to go along and that my business would be destroyed in a retribution.
Well, it looks like they were on their way to doing that until we stepped in.
He says, thank you so much. Who are you? Why are you here?
You're welcome. We are Pathfinders. We're here to attempt to... Oh, great. Here we go again. Love the low rolls. We are here
Yeah,
to...
you get a huge bonus because you just saved his business.
Good. We're here to assist our friends in getting out, and we're here to try and assist your people in removing the shackles of tyranny.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but at least the first part.
Yeah, and ease the transition once the lady's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Morak says, there are others in town who would like to see return of the town, return to the people as it was generations ago before Tigora came. Yes, she has kept us safe, but now she's growing her army, and I don't like what's happening.
What was the town like before she came?
Well, we just have stories, of course, because none of us were alive. This was generations ago, but it was quiet, it was isolated, and it was ruled by the people, democratically. We had the council, and the councilors were regularly elected, and everybody worked together.
Oh, like those Andorans over there.
And now
I
the
don't know
council...
of these Andorans of which you speak.
Sorry, beg pardon. You don't know of Andoran?
I have never heard of Andoran.
Wow, these people are out of the loop.
What is Andoran?
Do you know of the Empire of Cheliax?
He says, the Empire of Cheliax. He says, that's something far to the north, is it not?
Yes. And Andoran was, if I remember correctly, a colony of Cheliax, but they broke free and they led a civil war against them and created their own country where slavery is illegal and democracy is the way of is the law of the land.
He nods and he says, yes, that sounds like a good place for them. A large country did this?
Large enough. It's one of the bigger players in the Inner Sea.
I thought that we were only able to maintain this sort of structure because we are a relatively small village and many of us know each other.
Well, probably means that you have less corruption than Andoran does.
He sighs and he says, well, we have corruption enough, and he nods. He, as you can see, many of our children have been corrupted by Tigora's influence.
Indeed.
So is there any way that you might be able to help us either locate or free our friends? Or allies, perhaps is a better word.
He says, well, I will certainly spread the word of the good that you are doing here, and I will
Thank you.
speak with others who are sympathetic, who may be able to help your cause. You can count on my support if you try to liberate your friends, for even if it does not shake off the shackles, it will be a blow against Tigora, and that means something to me.
Thank you.
So, is there anything else you want to talk to him about while you're here?
You said you make remedies. What kind?
He says alchemical remedies. He says I can make remedies to help and remedies to help you resist poison, and a number of other alchemical remedies.
Resist
I have
poison.
one
and
of you
resist
disease.
what? Disease.
Is there any way
I have one that's fairly popular that if anybody has too much to drink one night, the next morning they do not feel well, and I have an alchemist kindness that can make them feel better.
Yes.
Is there any way
Very nice.
I have a Dark Archive faction card. Is there any way I could like recruit this it's named NPC to the Dark Archive? Does it either
You
roll
probably
a
can.
Diplomacy or knowledge arcana?
Let's see. So what do you say to him in order to try to recruit him as a
Like, hey,
Dark
I
Archive?
work for some organization within the Pathfinders that, you know, promotes knowledge and stuff like that. I think you'd be a good, you know, good fit to work with those people. They could really help expand your.
He
business.
says, so give me either the diplomacy or the knowledge arcana. What is your level? Is 6, is that right?
Yeah, so it's gonna be like a DC like 21.
21, yeah.
Yeah,
So it's either diplomacy or knowledge arcana.
it doesn't say people
Your
can't assist me. Can you all assist me? Because my
I think you need
diplomacy's
to do
+1.
this one yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this
Yeah. Think yes.
because
Is that
I
knowledge arcana?
if anything,
He
I
says-
would be trying to recruit them to the Grand Lodge.
Yeah, he says, interesting. Well, I'm glad to hear of it, but really, here in the mountains, we are far from everywhere, and as you know, we receive almost no commerce in places other than other small settlements of geniekin, such as ourselves. So I doubt that we would be able to have much chance to share knowledge, but certainly if you ever visit, I would be happy to speak with you further about alchemical things. All right. Anything else anyone else wants to talk to him about?
Yeah, I was going to offer to share some of my own chemical knowledge with him.
All right. Yeah, give me a craft alchemy check.
All right. Let me find it. I love the fact that when you've got 700 skills, it makes it so much easier.
You should see the GURP skill list.
I've been there, done that. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. So you
that sucked. My
so you
dice are
talk
great
to him
tonight.
about alchemy, and he's he's respectful of what you can do, and he has a good knowledge of alchemy himself, and he seems to respect what you can do, and you talk shop for a little while with the rest of everybody else is finishing cleaning up the making sure that the fires are good and out, and that everybody is safe. So after that completes, where do you guys want to go next?
The armory, the sword.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say. Yep.
The armory would probably be a good option. What's the day looking like right now?
Oh, you're probably middle of the afternoon at this point.
Okay.
Oops, he's not going with you. Okay. Having gathered you, I will copy you, and I will put you on a new thing. This map is a little claustrophobic. In fact, it didn't even really give me a map.
Claustrophobic maps make me shoot people.
I think
What doesn't
Yeah, I was about to
makes you
say, I
shoot
think
people.
blank, insert anything, makes you shoot people.
Yep.
So,
Pretty much.
you come up to the smithy, and the person working the forge there is actually a pretty hefty-looking individual. This is what he looks like. You also know his name now.
Handsome fellow.
You can give me a knowledge, I think it's knowledge local, actually, to know what he is, which is just probably the worst named skill in the game.
Right?
Wow, me and my dice.
Yeah, he's a humanoid, so it's knowledge local.
Boy.
It's my knowledge local then.
Does anybody know what he is? Elias knows what he is.
Wow, what the
Arabella doesn't. How you don't have no local there. So Elias is the only one who knows who it is, and he just knows that he recognizes him as a slag giant, and that's about all you know. A slag giant is a giants who like to craft and do is doing. So there's this stern-looking fellow wearing a smith's apron that looks very well worn and well used, and he's over his forge and he's hammering away at a sword on the forge, and you can see against the wall there are swords and there's armor, and it looks pretty well made to your eyes, and some of it is large size as well. And as he's hammering, he looks up at you and he looks down at what he's working on, and he looks up at you again and he says, "Yes."
Greetings. We hear you're the best smith around in these parts.
He hammers on it and he says, "Yes." He says, neither showing false modesty nor boasting. He just acknowledges it, and he says, "I have to work too fast now, though. Tell me about the armor each of you are wearing." Does anyone have magic armor on?
Yeah, you're wearing +1 Pika.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah,
wearing-
Elias is wearing +1 parade.
Okay.
You're wearing +1.
Declan is wearing +2 mithril chain shirt.
And Frank has +2 studded leather. He nods both at Declan and at Frank.
Arabella's wearing +1 teacup.
Yeah, so he doesn't seem to be terribly interested in the +1 armor, but the +2 armor he notices its workmanship. And so both Frank's armor and Declan's armor he nods, and he actually particularly appreciates Declan's armor. He says, "That's well-made armor. Takes a good craftsman who can work properly with mithril."
Yeah.
And then you hear a couple more clangs as he beats away on the sword that he's currently crafting.
Yeah, I had a few friends at the Pathfinder Society set it up for me. Whoever the guy is that made it, he's good. Saved my hide a few times.
He nods and he says, "I appreciate craftsmanship. Have any of you played Night March of Calcomedes with this character?"
No, but
Don't
I
think so.
wanted to.
No.
Okay. Because he might have noticed something if you had done that. Anyway, so after he says that much and he compliments your weaponry, he doesn't actually say any more. He just continues to work away, and you do hear him sigh.
What seems to be the problem, friend?
He says, as he looks at the sword that he's working on and tosses it over his shoulder, he says, "It's the quality of the craftsmanship that matters," he says. "And what I'm doing now, I have to do too fast. I can't spend proper time on it. I wish I could make the weapons well."
I take it you are making weapons for the army as well?
"I serve this community and I serve its leader. She provides me with a shop where I can work. She provides me with materials. She provides me with good materials. I have a place where I can work and I have good materials. It satisfies me. But recently, the demand has increased."
She gives you many things,
And
but she does
so-
not give you the time to practice your craftsmanship.
"Not properly. But I do what I must."
Well, maybe there is some sort of way that we could help reduce the demand on your time.
Or maybe you could be persuaded to actually take your time and do things properly. Wow, and fumble again.
He says, "If I take time to do things properly, then I may lose my access to materials, to a place to work, to oil for the forge, to fuel. I must do what I must do. At least I have a place to work here.
Well, we're planning.
And by the way, you get the sense that all of these weapons he's making are going to the people that you might have to fight.
Does he have like a drink or something nearby? Because I want to roofie his drink because I have a sleight of hand of plus 11.
He does not appear to have a drink going right now.
Damn it.
Do any of you have craft weapons and armor or anything like that?
I have.
Alchemy, that's about it.
Let me check.
Yeah, it's not-
Might have. I have craft firearms.
He actually does. He'll notice both. How much are your weapons worth?
A lot. I got
A lot.
plus 1 pistol. That's
I have a +1 musket, so it's worth like 3,800 gold.
Yeah, they're pretty pricey.
He will nod to both of the weapons that the gunslingers are bearing, and he says, "Your weapons," he says. "I have heard of these strange weapons coming out of Alkenstar and the dwarves there. Dwarves are fine craftsmen."
Yeah, I actually am from Alkenstar.
He says, "I see." He says,
I actually crafted this weapon myself, and I've got all these bullets that I've also crafted for it. He says, at least shows off a few pouches of different bullets.
He actually seems reasonably impressed when you say that.
See, and these ones here, they were especially difficult because they're cold iron.
Yeah, I got adamantium ones to show mine. And silver ones. Yeah, these can be quite difficult to make. But,
He is pretty. He says, "Yes, you have good weapons." And he looks to Declan and he says, "And I am impressed that you crafted that yourself. It is nice to see users of weapons who understand the construction of weapons." He goes back and he continues to work. He says,
Yeah.
"But I must deliver the orders that Tigora demands. For Tigora is the one who is my patron and who has supplied me with all of this."
well, what if Tigora didn't give you any more demands for crappy work?
He says, "If Tigora is the one who provides for me here, if she gave me no orders, then I would not have a place to work."
Well, we're going to, at some point, we are going to try and help liberate our compatriots from her care. And we would like it if you would at least not supply her today or tomorrow. You can continue on your work, and perhaps, if all goes well, she'll stop asking for such a high demand of lower quality weapons. But a lower demand for higher quality weapons.
"If I cross her, though," he says, "or if you, as it sounds you may do, dethrone her entirely, with those weapons you have, you may be capable of that. I will lose my shop, and to me the work is everything."
I assure you, that is not.
Do the people in this area not also purchase items from you?
He shrugs and he says, "Weaponry is controlled by Tigora in this town. I do not know how the Oreids would view me if she were removed."
Ah. And if we could talk to the Oreids and make certain that you keep your shop?
He says, "I care not for whom I work as long as the work is good."
Well, we can most certainly talk to the council guy, what's his name, and make sure you keep your shop after the transition of power has been smoothed.
He hammers a few more times, and he says, "Perhaps. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take Elias and Frank's diplomacies as aids that are successful. I think Declan's the main one talking here. So Declan, you do the main diplomacy role. Anybody else who's been talking can try and aid."
Okay.
Part of the dice.
Holy shit. Okay.
Very nice.
Declan, however,
Doesn't
succeeds.
need no diplomacy and assistance.
Yeah, it turns out Declan probably could have taken 10 with some aids and succeeded. Volsog looks up at Declan and he says, he heaves a gigantic, heavy, huge sigh, and slag giants can heave big sighs. And then he flings into a bit of a rage, and he turns and he starts smashing the weapons behind them, and he gets the hot tongs and destroys the suits of armor they had made, and he says, "This work was unworthy of my craftsmanship anyway."
Hell yeah, can I
Destroying
help
a bunch of
Can I
weapons
assist?
and armor behind. Yeah, sure, if you want.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna help him destroy this shit.
He says, "I wish you the best in what you have done, and I trust that you will convince the Oreads that I may continue to work here afterwards, and work and perform work that is worthy to perform. This is shit." And he destroys the shit.
This is slag.
Thank you.
That might
Let's not do that.
describe it.
No.
Yeah. He nods to Declan and he says, "I respect you and I respect your craftsmanship.
And
I
I
wish you well in your future."
Well, I certainly hope that things go well in your future as well, my friend. Yeah.
All right. So you seem to have convinced Valsog the smith at Valsog's Smithy and Armory not to continue supplying weapons for the Afridi army. Where do you want to go next?
Tavern's all that's left now, isn't it?
Oh, the
You could go
tavern.
try to talk to the counselor. You could talk to the counselor again.
Yeah, he might be able to take a bigger step now that we have convinced a couple others to do something.
Stop being such a
Yep.
wimp.
Yeah, we can try the counselor first, and then we're going to go back to the inn at the end of the night anyways.
Yeah, because it's gonna be curfew and all that.
Yep.
That is
All
not
right.
what I expected him to do.
What did you expect him to? What did you expect him to do?
Just
Not
do
at
it.
all. I don't know what it was, but I didn't expect him to smash all his work.
He was pretty unhappy with it because it just wasn't up to his proper standards. It's like the artist who destroys his paintings that suck, or the the miniature painter who drops them all in turpentine or whatever. He can always recycle all the materials, right?
Yep.
So you head back to the council house, and as you head there, you see the old Oread Euduran Stonemantle, and he gestures you in. He says, "I have heard stories of you in town, what you did at the alchemist shop. That was much appreciated, especially that you did not kill the children. They are just misguided."
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why do you call them the children?
He says, there are many settlements of Geniekin in the Zhou Mountains, and some of them are mixed, but many of them were just one type. This was a village all of Oreads before the volcano, and even for generations afterwards, until Tigora rescued us. But her influence and the touching of fire, evidently, somehow, in ways I don't fully understand, has caused the latest generation, many of those who are born have been born as Afrits rather than as Oreads.
Mm-hmm.
Curious.
And when Afrits are born, inevitably, Tigora pulls them into her influence. She speaks to them in a way that us staid Oreads perhaps cannot speak to the fire and the blood of the Afrits, both metaphorical and literal. And so they are drawn to her. And she has made them into an army. I think she wishes to expand her influence and expand her domain and become a tyrant of larger areas. But they are our children, and we love them.
I can
Knowledge
understand that.
planes, does that actually sound normal?
So the way that Oreads, the easiest way to be born an Oread or an Afrit or a Sylph or something like that is if mom or dad or grandma or granddad got it on with a genie of the right sort of genie, right? So if you get it on with an Afrit, and then maybe you'll have an Afrit as a kid. However, sometimes humans can go through generations and have that blood lurking in there, and it doesn't express itself, and after generations, an Afrit is born. Oh, surprise, or something like that. However, but what's more, humans who had absolutely none of this in their ancestry, if they bred, and by bred you know what I mean, in a location that was strongly touched by the elements, that can somehow influence the conception of the child, and the child might be born with blood touched by the elements. So this can happen. And so it's maybe a little surprising, but not terribly surprising, that the influence of a powerful creature from the elemental plane of fire could influence genie-touched births to change them to fire-based genie.
Gotcha. So it's probably not something she's doing on her own. It's just her being here.
Well, it might be, but yeah, it could well just be her being there, and she certainly is taking advantage of the situation, however it happened. So, what do you want to say to this guy? It sounds like there are people in town who would be willing to engage in a rebellion, but as you said, he is hesitant himself because he's afraid of not necessarily reprisals against himself, but reprisals.
Well, as I said before, I am a man of law, and I don't wish to disrupt things terribly so, but I feel that your people have... I feel that their laws have been subverted as of late, and that perhaps you should get back to your roots, and I don't think that with Tygora, at least with such a powerful influence, will allow that. And so...
That, and we have to rescue our friends.
Yeah. More than that now.
Yes.
But yeah, so I don't think that your people will be truly happy with remaining under the... I don't wish to say subjugation, but that's what it seems like, of Tygora.
I was going to say under the yoke of Tygora's rule.
Yeah, that.
All right, so who's piping in here? Obviously, Declan isn't.
If you want to take it, I'll assist.
All right, so give me the aid, and then Declan, do you want to? So that's a successful aid. You can roll or take 10. You have a +4 from aid.
I would like to take 10. So that would be that would be 24 with the aids.
Okay, that's enough. And so Stone Mantle will nod, and he says, "Oreads do not move swiftly, but this has been building for a long time. Perhaps the previous Pathfinders, is that what you call yourself?
Yes.
The previous Pathfinders and you were sent to us as a sign that it's time for us to finally seize matters into our own hands," he says.
Perhaps.
"You will have my support. I will rally as many of the townsfolk as I can. I would recommend that you also go to the tavern and see if you can share your stories there. Speak with them of places you know that have thrown off the shackles of tyranny. See if you can convince the people there. And then, when you make your move, you will have our support."
Well, we can certainly tell them more stories of Andoran.
So do you want to go back to the tavern?
I feel that's the last place to go now.
All right. So you go back to the tavern. It's probably evening by now. You've been moving around town and doing things and stuff. You're in the tavern now. What do you do once you're in the tavern? The bartender greets you again.
Greetings.
He says, "Yes, my name is Delgar. I don't know if I introduced myself properly before. I have heard that you are moving around town and making waves."
You could say that.
Before we get down to any big discussion, I'd like to buy a round for this whole bar here.
All right, he nods, and so a round for the whole bar. Let's say that's going to cost you food and drink. So a single ale would be 2 silver pieces. Let's say there's 20 people present, so that would be like 4 gold.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so Declan buys a round for the bar, and people toast him. And you hear somebody talking about how they're going to have to talk to Modak and his alchemist kindness a little later.
Well, that could definitely help with the discussion.
Yes, set an alchemist kindness on the table. There you go.
He says, yes.
So
Delgar says, "So I hear that Fury's Hold is where you're going. Fury's Hold being the name of the keep that where Tigora is, that you wish to go to Fury's Hold and free your friends there.
Yes.
That is correct.
Yes. What are your intentions?
From what we've hearing from everyone else, it sounds like the city's been oppressed for quite some time. If we could free our friends and help you to free yourselves, that's great.
Delgor nods and he says, although many do not see us as being oppressed, they see the order as maybe necessary. And they say that Tigora has kept the order for centuries. But many also do feel that they're oppressed, and that our children now are made into her personal army makes many uncomfortable.
Yes, I feel that's something that I would be uncomfortable with as well.
He says, speak to the crowd. So what you can do is tell me what you say to the crowd. I will give you a +2 for the drinks. That's going to be either diplomacy or perform oratory.
Yeah.
And,
I'm assuming that would be a diplomacy.
and tell me what you say to them.
Where are we again? What's the name of the town? Crystal Crag?
Crystal Crag, yes.
Citizens of Crystal Crag. Tell me, your children, they should have been born Oread, yes? But they are Ifrit. I'm sure you love them all just the same, as I would. But why have they been born Ifrit when for so long you have been Oread? And why have they all been drawn into the army of Tigora? I feel that perhaps her rule is not as benevolent as it might have seemed, and that you need to get to the bottom of it. We provide an opportunity for that. We are going to her keep. We are going to rescue our friends, and you may go with us to demand answers. I know that your people are not one to act rashly, but this is hardly rash. This has been building for what? Centuries? Decades at the least.
Yeah, decades. Sorry, just Frank, how you just put some effort in.
A boot upon the neck may feel like it's less oppressive after this long, but it's still a boot upon the neck.
Indeed. So what do you say? Would you wish to travel with us to the keep and demand answers for why you are not allowed to do as you wish, for why you cannot give your input on what the town does, for why democracy has been forestalled,
Why you can't go out at night?
why you can't go out at night?
Especially since everyone has dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Drag, huh?
give me your diplomacy check. Frank's got an 8 in there.
Yep. I hope Elias tried it as well. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Elias
the dice
is blowing
tonight.
smoke.
Exactly.
Should I
So
roll?
Declan,
or
you can-
taking a 10.
It's up to you. So you've got I'm going to give you another +2 from your speech. You've got a +2 from the drinks and a +2 from Frank's aid. You have a +6
So that will
on top of your own.
Can I roofie somebody to help him too?
You know, this is an excellent opportunity to roofie somebody, but I'm not sure that would help.
Yeah, I need a roofie
I
somebody.
think I'm going to be taking a 10 for 26 because that sounds like a good rate.
Yeah.
That actually is good enough.
Whew.
And so you hear the Oreads start to say to each other that yes, no, our children, who cares that they're Ifrit, but they're being corrupted, they're being raised as her personal army and not as our children. We will go with you, we will support you. And then they start singing in Terran, do you hear the people singing a song of me? Perfect.
Yeah.
So, you have choices. You could ride the tide and go now, or go tomorrow morning.
No, right
What do you
now.
want to do?
Well, we haven't
Ride
really
the
done
tide.
anything that requires resting, so...
All right,
Yeah.
Yep.
let's go. I will move you to Fury's Hold, And now I need to adjust some things because based on what you do in town, it affects what you fight here. So you have that. Good. Okay. I think it all makes sense. Oh, and let's make sure. Yes. There's another change that I have to check and make sure I have the right characters hooked up here. Yes, good. All right. You come. And I've given you not enough squares probably, but it's more squares than were on the map they gave me. So, let's move you to Fury's Hold. You march through the city. Many Oreads are at your side. There are other Guardians here, but the other Oreads are going to keep them busy. Perfect. You have the primary Guardians in the center are the ones that you need to face. So there are other Ifrit guards here that the other Oreads are either trying to talk down or trying to subdue without killing. And I also need to give you all sight.
I was going to say, I can see nothing but black.
Yep, I haven't given you sight yet. That's the problem. So I will do that. I wish I could do that in bulk, but I have to do it one by one.
As we're going up to the keep or whatever, is it a long walk? Like I cast some like mage armor and some other kind of long duration sorts of things.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything that's even minutes per level, you can probably cast before you get to it.
Okay, great. I will drink my infusion now then.
All right. Infusion.
My muted
Cognigen. Okay.
Yeah.
Cognitogen. Yes.
Yes.
The mind chemists are.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. So you can all see now?
No, I cannot see.
Who said yes.
Bottom.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now I got it.
Oh,
yeah, I should just have redirected you there. There are two large fire elementals standing outside, and they say, "Who speaks Ignan?"
I do.
All right, so they say in Ignan, to whichever ones of you can understand it, they say in Ignan, well, so to the rest of you it sounds like... But what those of you who speak Ignan say is, "Go from this place, you are not welcome here. Tygora holds Fury's hold." And then this happens. I didn't roll very well.
Yeah, neither did I.
By the way, one of the things I cast on our way up here was Monstrous Physique, and I now look like a gargoyle.
Excellent.
Actually, I now am a gargoyle.
Arabella, you are up.
I'm gonna hold for just a minute.
All right, you delay. Let me get something going here. If you want, you can do a knowledge planes to know about fire elementals.
Everyone, or just on your turn?
Anybody.
Okay. Holy crap!
Talking is a
32.
All right. Vassan knows everything there is to know about fire elementals. They are creatures from the elemental plane of fire. These are large fire elementals. You can tell because of their size. Large fire elementals are fairly intelligent as elementals go. They're kind of dumb. They have sort of like paladin level intelligence, so intelligence 6, say. They have all the immunities that all elementals have, so they're immune to precision damage, for example. They are, of course, immune to fire. They have DR5/dash, and they are vulnerable to cold. They are fast. Their best save is their reflex save. They have dark vision. They attack, and when they attack, they can set you on fire. That's probably that's almost everything there is to know about them. That was Arabella. And really, all of you rolled worse than my elementals? Well, all right then.
Yeah.
So they decide that what they're going to do is they're going to come forward and they're going to kill the people in front. In fact, I think they have reach.
Perfect.
Oh, they do have reach. So they're going to come to here. And that's close enough. Actually,
well, I see one elemental, and then I see another elemental lower down.
What?
in initiative order.
Oh, you are correct. This one does not come
Is
forward
water
yet.
on
So this one's going to come forward, and he's going to beat the living crap out of Frank.
That makes all the difference to me.
You just need to.
Yup. Let me get their character sheet up here.
You could use your veins against fire animals and fire veins, or you could just fire.
All right. So, and he just did, it was more than a 5-foot step, so he's going to just do a single attack. And here it is. Boom. Does a 14 hit your flat-footed, Frank? Frank, are you there?
It does not. I was checking.
Oh, okay. All right, so you are able just barely to duck out of the way as the fire elemental kind of, as it burns, it moves a little bit like a snake, but it also seems occasionally to extrude out other parts of itself, like a fire as would, and it flames a fiery tendril past you, but you duck underneath it. Declan, you're up.
Declan. He is going... Well, I wish I would have applied an oil of silence on my way up here.
By the way, this guy does threaten you now because of the new reach rules.
Yes, I was going to 5 foot this way.
Yep.
And take a shot at the bastard. So, 1d20 plus...
What are the new reach rules?
Oh, it says, so creatures with 10-foot reach can hit these corners that are nominally 15 feet away.
So then 29 touch him.
Okay.
A 29 does touch him.
So he will
By
take
a lot.
22 points of damage as a bullet cracks from the rifle, smoke exploding, and a pellet of iron slamming into it.
Hey, can you add frost
And
to
it's-
a firearm?
Yes.
Elias, you're up.
Okay, Elias is going to reach into his pack and chuck a liquid cold.
Liquid
Let me make certain that's the name of it. Liquid ice, sorry.
I thought liquid ice was just water.
You know, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, I teach.
You're pretty much right.
I teach chemistry. I never really even thought about that either.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I just throw liquid ice at him. Need water?
Yep, water it is.
Very good.
Oh boy.
You just told me
All
what
right.
would hurt him.
It's actually really what it is it's like
It's actually
Freon.
ice,
You
it's not
recharge
water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're ruining the ozone layer, but it's also going to cool
It
it
was
down.
really good for the. It was good sounding. Okay.
Yes, it was. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, though. Yes.
Steam?
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a 19 touch AC for 6 damage plus whatever the weakness to cold.
Okay, now let's see. Oh, yeah, and you did include your alchemist thing. So that's 6 damage. He's vulnerable to cold, so that's 1.5. So he takes 9 points of damage from that, and he rages because the cold, it burns. That makes no sense. And so what he's going to do is he's going to come after this guy throwing cold. So he's going to move to here, and he's going to beat the living crap out of you.
Perfect.
Boom. Does an 18 hit you?
No, it doesn't.
Vasa.
Lovely.
Oh, well, it wasn't Vasa. Who was it who threw the liquid gold?
That would be Elias.
It was Elias. So he will actually come all the way to here so that he can hit Elias. In fact, he's going to come to here so he can hit Elias without cover. And then, so he's hitting at you, Elias, and an 18 does not hit you, so he does not actually hit you. And he feels inadequate about that. Frank, you now have 2 elementals threatening you.
Should I swallow that shit?
Okay, I'm gonna move.
You need to swallow.
But where do I want to move?
I should just go to bed.
Can I take a 5-foot step and then move? Yeah. Crap. This is like the worst fight start ever.
I can't do anything.
Well, either way, I'm gonna get slammed with the attacks of opportunity, so might as well just take them. I'm gonna move, so hit me with both of them.
I have nothing to hurt.
All right. Here's the first one. Does that hit?
Nope.
It's only a full bang attack.
Wow, you have a good armor class.
Yeah,
Does that hit?
That hits.
All right, so you take 4 points of damage plus 6 points of fire damage. So that's 10 points, and you are now on fire. Unless you make a DC 16, I think it's a reflex save.
Okay, hold up. Nope.
So you have caught fire, and you will be on fire for 3 more rounds.
Here's my
The way this
reroll.
works is every round. Yeah, it's a D20 thing.
Reflex 6. Alright.
That certainly is good enough. So you do not catch fire. But you did take 10 points of damage.
That's okay.
All right,
Then
and you
I'm
move
gonna
away.
Shoot him.
Which one? That, okay. Blam. That hits, 7 damage.
And as a free action, I'll reload with an alchemy charge.
Okay, Asa, you are now up.
I will move to.
So he does threaten you.
Yep.
Oh no, you have cover. Never mind, he doesn't.
All right.
He will threaten this square though.
Well, does he have combat reflexes?
That's a good question.
Because I already
You can
soaked them all up for him.
you could find out. There's one very easy way to find out.
I asked the GM. No.
Well, with my 28, did my 28 knowledge planes on whatever it was.
Yeah, okay, that's good enough. They don't have combat reflexes.
All right.
I was thinking you just move, you see if he hits you again.
Yeah.
Normal fire elementals don't have combat reflexes. So,
All right, and then
what are you doing next?
I fly up also 5 feet off the ground, and then
Did you cast fly, or how are you flying?
I'm a gargoyle.
Oh yes, okay.
And then I will cast Flesh Curdle at this elemental here, the closest one, to reduce his attack and damage by 2.
All right, does he get a save?
Yes, Fortitude save.
Right. Let's see.
DC at 19.
Okay. DC 19 Fortitude save. There it is. He does not make it.
Okay, so his attack and damage both go down by 2. As his arms kind of warp and change color.
It's like, what are you doing? It's Flame Curdle.
Yeah.
Arabella.
Take my strong hand.
Okay,
So,
Arabella.
Arabella. So you are threatened by. You're firing your bow, okay?
Yes,
bang
you're firing
Oh,
2
I am
bane
told
arrows.
that elementals are immune to Flesh Curdle. Let me find out if that's really right.
Let me look here.
On what basis are they immune to Flesh Curdle is the question.
Yeah, all it says is living creatures and. Oh wait, sorry, I didn't read all the way to the last bit. You're right. Elementals. It says in the text at the end. It's like the last.
So let's go back. You would have known that because it's your spell.
Yep.
So do something else.
Well, I'm gonna save that. So, man, I don't have anybody in this part. Nobody is melee. Well, there's one person that's melee, and it's a tiger, and I can't use a large person on the cat. So,
Why not?
But cats think they're people because she's not a person.
yeah.
Yep, exactly. Run into that before, trust me.
I guess then I will just do a telekinetic fist for this
Punch
round.
him. Do you have? This is just a touch attack, not a ranged touch attack, is it?
It is a range of touch, but I do not have precise shot, so 13 before the penalty.
If that's 13 before the -4, then that will not hit.
Okay. And then I'm
It's a
done.
9. His touch AC is not that low.
And I am done.
Okay. Let's see. His touch AC is certainly higher than that. Yes.
Yeah.
It is
they're
now
pretty
this
normal.
fire elemental's turn again. This fire elemental.
Did you take Arabella's attacks into
Oh
account?
no, I'm sorry. Yes, Arabella, you are up. So Arabella's. Which one were you shooting at, Arabella?
This one. Oh,
Which one?
why is it not going around? There we go.
And Bane damage. So what nature of Bane is this?
She can switch it every round. I'm assuming just,
really?
Fire Bane, yes.
Wow.
Well, it'd be Elemental Bane.
Okay.
Elemental. Okay, both of those hit, so that's a lot of, that's 14 plus 4, that's 28 points of damage. Damn. This elemental is in horrible shape now.
That's good, because it's the one right next to me.
Yeah. And he doesn't have a tactics block, so I fight to the death to defend Tigora! Alright, this elemental now sees that there's a lot of dangerous creatures. He's going to step to here, and he's going to beat the living crap out of Arabella, because she shoots scary, scary arrows. And here it is. Ooh, look at that. Arabella, does a 28 confirm a crit?
Yes.
Alright, so you take 11 points plus another 4, so 15 points for which is fire, and you have to make a reflex save or be on fire. So go ahead and take the 15 points, and then give me a DC 16 reflex save. And then does 24 hit you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you actually need to make 2 reflex saves, because you have 2 chances of catching on fire, but you will only be on fire once if you are on fire. That's good enough, but you need to make a second one. That's good enough. So you were actually not on fire, but you did take, what did I say, 12, 15, plus another 10. You took 25 points of damage. That was painful.
Yeah, it was.
Declan, you're up.
Can I try an acrobatics out of this guy's reach?
You can try. Remember, you move at half speed with acrobatics.
Yep.
His CMD is pretty good.
Ooh.
It's higher than that.
So I will take an AOO, as I move 10, 20, 30.
We'll happily take that AOO. Does a 21 hit you?
21 will not.
All right.
Got a question.
So
Yes.
Does Toby get a chance to go?
Oh, yeah, he would have gone on your turn.
Okay.
Do you want to? Yeah, you can do it now if you want. What do you want him to do?
Can you look and follow the one?
Let's do a full attack.
You can't get through them for a full attack.
He can do it. He's got to do a claw.
Yeah, you have to move up.
He can move up and do a full.
No.
He
You
can
need
move
to move up to say, yeah, guide her up. Yeah, there you go. You can do the full attack.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so yes, so Toby tears at him. However, I think. Does Toby have the 2-trick version of the attack trick?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So that will work then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, unfortunately though, alright, so here's the other thing you would know before you do this. Before you command him to attack, if he attacks with his natural weapons, he has the chance of catching fire.
Yeah, you make it hurt.
You still want to do it?
No, we'll hold off.
Sorry, you'll hold off? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, so Declan, you can finish your move now.
Okay, I will take a shot.
That
Pow!
will hit. You're shooting the near one?
Yes, let me... Oh, it doesn't matter because they're elementals. I was going to say let me check if I have improved critical, but elementals...
Don't take crits.
Okay, so that will be 2012 plus 11. So 18
Alright, elemental.
damage as my musket cracks and fires another bullet.
Basically what happens is you fire it into the elemental, and the bullet goes into the center of the elemental, and it scatters like an explosion work, and all of the bits of flame go out and lumps onto the ground as this smoldering orange bit of phlogiston that is dead.
Delicious.
Alright,
Good deal.
no more, that fire elemental is gone. Elias.
Yeah, Elias is going to tap Arabella with his Wand of Cure Light.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Wait, that was... wait, I've got that one set up on the wrong macro. 1 second.
Alright, so while you're working that out, Frank, you can go.
Alright, AT, I'm gonna go ahead and do a standard boomstick triple shot thing.
Long way! Blam, blam, blam.
So basically, it's like boom, boom,
You
boom.
fire 2 pistols
Nope,
or just one pistol?
3 times.
All right. And you have the...
alchemy shot.
Okay. Okay, so it's not so... Yeah, it's not susceptible to crits. So the 31 hits, the 18 does not. The 19 does actually hit.
Okay.
Because it's not got a very good armor class.
Well, touch AC? Doesn't matter.
Oh, it's touch AC, then the 18 does hit. So 9 damage plus 3 damage plus 7 damage. Did I read that right? Yep. So that's 19. All right.
And then, you know, he's happy.
Oh well, only 3.
Did I say 17?
It should be 19.
Okay, so 3 points of cure. Was it 19? Okay. It's just my brain is slow. Vasa, you are up.
Fly a little bit closer, and this time I will cast Gusting Sphere at it.
Gusting Sphere. Okay.
Yep, it is a reflex save.
Does this do electricity damage? What does it do?
Nope, it basically it does a bull rush and some non-lethal damage.
Okay. Let me draw you a thing. Is it a 5-foot sphere?
It's basically a flaming sphere, but it's air instead of fire.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how I draw a circle. There it is.
Oh, you know, god darn it.
What?
Hold on. Sorry, it's not gonna work either. I have like no spells against fire creatures.
So this doesn't work against fire?
Yeah, it doesn't work against creatures that are medium or larger than medium.
Welcome to the wonderful world of the alchemist with the Tanglefoot bomb.
So yeah, it's not going to be that. Flaming Sphere does nothing.
It likes Flaming Sphere.
Yes,
it thinks
it does.
it's cute. It's like a Roomba for fire elementals.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to go with Magic Missile, just so I'm not doing any. Actually, yeah, it's in melee still, so yeah, we'll Magic Missile.
Magic Missile is always a solid spell.
And 5th level is 3 missiles, so 3d4 plus 3.
Yep, pew pew pew, it takes it all. Magic Missile's blasting off bitch of Phlogiston, and it takes 10 points of damage. You are up again. You and Toby are both threatened by it.
Means you back a step back and then cast your cure. You're going to need to step back and then cast your cure on yourself.
Okay, I'm going to take a step back and cast Cure Martins on myself.
Okay, let me see if I can make the page bigger so you can actually step back.
Okay.
I think the page is bigger now. You can actually step back.
Yeah.
Toby might want to step back too.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see, the elemental is in a target-rich environment. It's not really sure who to lash out at. Who did the most damage to it recently? Probably Frank.
No, it wasn't Frank. It was the other guy.
Frank's close, though. So it steps down, and it's going to slam Frank twice. Blam. Blam. The 15, I'm pretty sure, doesn't hit. Does the 24 hit you?
A 24 hits.
Okay, so you take 15 points of damage, and you need a DC 16 reflex save, and you're good. You do not catch fire.
So how much damage?
15 points. 8 of bludgeoning and 7 of burn.
Cool.
Fire. Burn. Declan. Can you blow him away?
Shooting him a lot would be nice.
I am muted. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I definitely can blow him away. How bad off does he look?
He looks like he's a little bit ragged. Not too horrible, but a little ragged.
Okay, so
He looks about as bad off as Frank does. Relatively
so it probably warrants 2 shots to try and save Frank.
Yep, it does.
Because it's Frank. I mean,
20 plus 13, so does a 28 hit?
Oh yes, touch AC, right?
Yes, for 13 points, and then
13 points of
for
damage.
some reason Hero Lab doesn't mark it, so 13 minus 5.
Yeah, Here Lab won't mark it until you print it out to a PDF character sheet. Then it'll actually give you all your attacks.
Actually, he would have 5-footed up first. So
Okay.
that he has point blank shot. And then does a 20 touch.
It does.
Okay. So then he will take 21.
You blow
Minus
away.
50 or fuck you.
Oh, you know, I've been forgetting the DR all this time. That was pretty stupid, but whatever. You guys overkilled it, the last one. So,
Perfect.
I'm gonna hand my wand. To
yes.
someone.
Get down, bear! Get down!
All right. Meanwhile, so I'm going to give you guys a couple of rounds before something remarkable happens.
Perfect. You use our Wands of Cure Light to take care of.
So use those. Use those. What did I say? 2 rounds or 3 rounds? I forgot what I said.
I think you said a couple, so I'll go with.
Let's go with 2 rounds.
I can use my wand twice.
There you go, Frank. There's 9.
Well, that was a lot easier than expected.
Yeah.
So, after those 2 rounds, you hear thundering footsteps behind you. Then Valsog has come to join the melee because you made friends with him.
Yay!
And, by the way, if you hadn't convinced Valsog to destroy his weapons, those fire elementals would have had armor and would have had elven curve blades that they were fighting with. Magic ones, but you got rid of the weapons. So, Valsog comes up and throws a massive rock that smashes open the gate, allowing you entrance and access to the people inside who have initiative now.
Declan gives me a handshake.
Okay, Frank. Between the 2 of us, that's 7. 16. Do you need any more? Hey, Frank.
I know I'm muted. I should be good.
Sorry.
I can
Good.
use 10 more, but I'm good.
That's fine. Here you go.
Alright.
So you breach the inner sanctum where you see there are 3 Ifrits inside. 2 of them appear to be 2 of them are sort of well, they're wearing chain shirts and they have scimitars that look very nicely made and daggers and bucklers. That's what 2 of them are. The last one is looking like a spellcaster of some sort. She's not wearing any armor at all, but she is an Ifrit, and she's standing up on the stairs and back, and she laughs as she opens it, and she says, "You may have killed the Outer Guardians, but Tigora trusts us with the defense of her keep. Bring it." So Arabella is up.
I don't think that is the words we want. A word of wisdom, my Ifrit friends. I don't think those are the words you wish to be speaking in front of my friend Frank.
Frank,
I think they just asked Frank to shoot them, pretty much.
Yeah.
Shoot us.
I will not be held responsible for his actions after this point.
You can shoot her from there. Do what you need to.
So if I throw gunpowder at their hair, will it catch that? You know, it will explode.
It won't. Their hair just looks like it's on fire.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
I know.
You might be able to do that with fire elementals. Oh wait.
Yeah,
One shot.
I just shot him with bullets
You can
instead.
stand back where you were.
No, they would have just liked it.
Shoot her with whatever you want.
Pow pow pow! Oh, it's a nice massage.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So it's Arabella's turn now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Arabella?
Okay, I'm gonna shoot a full bane attack.
And my guess is you would still be able to change your bane, seeing how combat hasn't technically ended.
Right.
Yep.
Well, it uses a round of Bane each round.
Exactly.
I was thinking of judgments. My bad.
Yeah, she's got 4 more rounds there.
Mm-hmm. Ouch. So you missed both.
Do what?
You may have missed with both of those. See what happens.
Yeah, she's
All
firing
right.
at the mage.
Only
So
five
she's
one.
firing at the sorcerer in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what her AC is. Oh, I should get her character sheet up, huh? Shy Vera. She has a name, and that does hit her flat-footed, just barely. And the second one does not. So that's going to be 14 points of damage. So you have what, Ifrit Bane now or something like that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ifrit Bane.
Well, it's a creature type, so it would be
Humanoid Ifrit thing.
Exactly.
actually Ifrits are not humanoids; they're outsiders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Outsider Bane.
Gotham is yours.
Let's see, and let me make sure I've got these guys hooked up to the right character sheet. Because again, like I say, this encounter changes based on what you did in town before you got here. Okay, good. That did that. This Ifrit Slayer is going to move to here, and he's done. Sky Vera is going to be frustrated because her ally is positioning themselves well. I feel her pain. And as such, she's not going to do what she intended to do. And instead, she's going to do her favorite thing to do.
Set things on fire.
That is, she's going to set things on fire, specifically you guys. So she fires, and you see a little pea-shaped ball come down and land here.
Oh no.
Perfect.
It lands right there. And guess what all of you are?
In the middle of it.
We are
You are all
with
within
flames.
20 feet of her fireball. It is a DC 20 reflex save for half damage.
Yeah,
And she does... What's her caster level here? Caster level. That. It's going to be a lot of damage, unless I roll poorly.
I'm going to use my reroll.
26 points of fire damage to all of you.
What was the
From
DC?
the fireball.
Danny.
DC
That
20.
Okay, well, my GM stars gets me to 22, so...
Right, so you take half damage.
Yep.
So
And then
13.
one of the spells I cast on the way up to town was resistance from fire, since it lasts 10 minutes per level. And I figured we were going to be fighting fire.
That's a reasonable thing to have suspected.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Wait, did we have potions of like resistance?
Endure elements is what we got.
Yeah, we didn't get resist fire, unfortunately.
Asking it's okay if you use
Oh,
your.
that would have been awesome.
All right, have you all done your saves? So,
Yeah. One
Bosley,
second.
you are good. Arabella, you take 13 points of damage. Make a save for Toby as well.
Can I use my evasion?
Mm-hmm.
Toby can, but you have to. Is it improved evasion or is it just evasion? Or do you have evasion?
She has evasion.
But
One of those
you didn't.
Sacred Hunter things, but she didn't say anything.
Yeah, you take no damage. Make a save for Toby as well. And then the rest of you make the save, because you're all in it. So reflex 16. So Toby will take full damage, unless he has improved evasion. Okay, so Toby takes 26 points of damage. Who else?
I already rolled.
Who else
mine.
needs to make a save still?
I got.
Oh, I see. There were early ones. Okay, Frank took half damage.
Declan took all of it in the face.
All right, and Elias, you still need to do your save.
Come here with me.
Reflex 16, not good enough. So you take 26 points of damage
Uh-huh.
In the face.
in the face.
Yeah, you don't take any damage.
Actually,
He does.
the neat thing about Fireball is it does it all over you.
You fail.
So yes, Declan, you're up.
Why did you
Okay.
roll for yourself? Why didn't you roll for?
So Declan will 5 foot forward and kneel down, and as a free action, use it, or a full round action rather. Big difference. Will use his long reach sight to target that thing's touch AC, despite the range increment, and will try and do it non-lethally.
You should get a laser designator. Wait, you can do non-lethal damage with a gun?
I don't know. Can you?
Can you do
think so.
non-lethal damage with a ranged weapon? I know with a melee weapon you can do non-lethal
Right.
damage by attacking at -4.
And I know there are particular arrows you can get for
Alright.
bows, but I
Yeah.
don't know about bullets.
So I am just going to shoot her and shout at her, "You should surrender now!" And I
Guess what? Yeah, you missed.
My threat goes to pot. And And that is a 4-round action for me.
All right. Elias.
Okay, what is I moved to here, and I target
Okay.
this tree.
You're targeting this one?
Yep.
I can't hear you very well. You're very quiet.
Sorry, I forgot I had myself turned off. All right. Yeah, if I move there, can I target as a freak?
You can target him, but he does have cover.
And if I step to there,
He's probably still going to have
still
cover.
have cover. Okay.
Yeah, because what you have to do is pick any one of your corners and then draw a line to all 4 of his corners. And if that line
I
goes
got
through an obstacle, he's got cover. So that's why he ran to there.
Good idea. Okay, we're gonna try the Tanglefoot bomb.
Okay, so he's got a -4, so
Mm-hmm.
12 versus his touch.
Exactly.
Is his touch, so you actually hit him.
Good. DC 17 reflex, or he's entangled and stuck.
All right. He is not stuck, but he is entangled, right? In any event. And he also takes damage, is that correct?
Oh, thank you. Yes. I keep forgetting to roll the damage for the bomb.
And he doesn't. It doesn't say he has fire resistance. I thought a Fritz did, but okay.
They do by default, unless he's got alternate racial traits.
He probably traded it out for something. I'm not sure what that would be though.
There you go. 10 points.
All right, so he takes 10 points of fire damage,
Mm-hmm.
and he is entangled and unhappy about that. Frank, you're up.
Sweet, he's entangled. Okay, I'm gonna move probably and then attack.
Okay.
And I'll shoot him once.
Which one? That one?
Yeah.
Okay, and I think he does have cover from you.
Yeah, I know. So subtract whatever from the
Okay,
roll for
so
his match AC.
So it's a minus, so we'll take, okay. Oh, but that hits. I'm pretty sure. This is touch AC, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it hits. Alright, so you shoot him, he takes 6 points of damage.
And then I'll reload.
He's mad. Okay, the other Slayer that needs to come down. He's going to move to here. Alright. Basa, you're up.
He did have to move, didn't he? I'm going to go up 5 feet at some point along this path here. So I can get to there on a single move.
You have to go
I will ready a gusting sphere against her should she cast another spell.
Okay. Arabella.
Okay, Arabella is going to heal Toby.
You're not.
Okay.
Well done.
Alright. I need to look one thing up really quickly here. All right. Both of these Frits. I'm gonna push my magic sense motive button. See if you can see what they're doing. Frank, you notice both of these Frits look. They're checking you out basically. They're looking you up and down.
Hey girl, how you doing?
Yeah, but it's more like somebody would check out a side of beef.
You want some salt?
When that is done, yes, when that is done, this Slayer here, he doesn't have a lot of movement. So he's going to move to there, and then he's done. Okay, Skyvera, you're up.
That's you.
Oh, duh.
Who's
that? Okay, Skyvera. She has options and options. It's always the hard part with her. So, I mean, she could always just blast another fireball, right? When in
Yeah.
doubt.
Let's hope not.
Instead, she's going to do something else.
Yeah, I vote no on that fireball thing.
Exactly. I vote yes on the nap.
She is going to. You want to slip her a Mickey?
Yes, please.
Yes, can I give her the oil?
Let's see.
Can I pour it in like one of my
45,
bullets
excellent.
and then shoot it at her?
You know,
That's hard.
I have a pitted
It is
bullet.
a poison, right? Yeah, presumably you could. She starts casting a spell. That's going to trigger Za's ready to action.
Yep. She can make a reflex save.
All right, and so you're conjuring this orb on her, right?
Yep.
Draw shape. It's hold Alt for circle ellipse. That's the mistake I made last time. This is a gusty orb.
Yep. Gusting sphere.
Okay, here's the gusting sphere. You're going to summon it right on her, I guess, right?
Yep. Yep.
She makes a reflex save. 15.
That fails. So let's see here. She takes D6 non-lethal.
All right.
And she gets bull rushed.
Ooh, she gets bull rushed. And what's the bull rush check?
I've got to put it in here. Caster level 6, 7, 8. 23 is my bull rush.
All right. So she's going to get pushed back from that bull rush, probably a couple of
Yeah, for every
squares.
5 by which it beats it, it's another 5 feet.
Let's see. So she'll get pushed back 2 squares. But there's nowhere to go, so she stops there.
Sure.
Next question. What is the concentration check when you're bull rushed?
That's a good question. Maybe
Yes.
vigorous movement?
Well, because she already has to make the injured while casting,
Right.
which is not that hard. But vigorous motion while violent. Let's call it violent motion while casting. Let's call it extremely violent motion while casting. I think.
Getting displaced while you're casting is pretty. I would go with
Yeah,
that.
let's call that extremely violent motion while casting. So let's give her a caster level check to see if she succeeds, because that's going to be harder than the other one to overcome.
Yeah.
So let's see if she succeeds. Concentrate. Oh, I didn't put her concentration in. How foolish was that?
Well, how often does it really come up?
All the time. All right, here it is. She succeeds.
Holy crap.
You know what's crazy?
Oh, you rolled a 20.
What?
I had to have a caster level check ready for a robot.
Unfortunately, 2, 4, 6. You have
Push her out of range?
pushed her out of range.
Perfect.
All right, so her haste is only going to hit this one guy. So she was hasting, is what she did, because you all made your spellcraft checks. So unfortunately, one of the guys go out of range. So I'll put that little boot on him to indicate that he is hasted. The entangled one is not hasted because she was just barely in range of him before you pushed her away.
Well
Declan, you're up.
So I'll take it as a half interruption then.
Yeah.
And make sure you put me right in front of her now on initiative since I was readied.
Oh yes, good idea. Where did she go? Right there. Good. Declan,
Declan,
you're muted. Okay.
Am I muted?
No, we
No,
can
we
hear
heard
you.
you.
You're good.
Declan is going to spend a grip point to remove remove the broken condition from the misfire as a move action, and then as a standard action, he is going to take a shot at the entangled Ifrit.
Blam.
Blam!
I'm assuming you have precise shot.
I do.
You hit.
And I'm going to shout out, "Surrender now!"
Never.
19 points of damage.
Okay, 19 points of bullet damage.
And then
Nicely
next
done.
round, I have other things.
Wait, you can do more?
No.
Oh, okay. Elias.
Okay, he's still standing. Elias is going to chuck another Tanglefoot bomb at him in hopes of him fumbling. AC 17.
AC 17, and did you take into account the cover? Actually, I think it doesn't matter. It still touches
No, I
him.
didn't. Yep.
I believe it touches him, though. It does. So he gets another one. So now it's a reflex save.
Yep.
And he has a
And-
minus to his reflex save, doesn't he, because of the entangled
Yes, he does.
condition? What is it?
The -2, they don't stack, but yes, he has the -2.
He has a -2, so it was 17. What was doubled, but he still made the save.
Yep. And so he takes 17 more points of damage.
Oh, all right. He is disabled, as in the staggered thing.
Good.
Frank, you're up.
Alright, so I'm going to take a 5-foot step, and then I'm going to unleash hell on the hasted one.
Okay, and now he no longer has cover. Okay, his armor class is 6,738,000. Oh, sorry, that was the damage. 17. So,
Touch AC is 17.
number one hits. Oh, it's touch AC. Well, no, his regular armor class is 17, so his touch AC is less than that. In fact, all three of them hit. So that's 8 plus 6 plus 3. Did I do that right? 17. You shoot him 3 times for 17 points of damage, and he is displeased.
Alright, and then I'm done.
And he is so displeased, in fact, that he's going to take a 5-foot step, and he's going to try to kill you with a scimitar.
Just wondering, because I've seen a lot more than 17 points of damage there for Frank. I see 22, 3, and 24.
Yeah, it's because you're counting crits, which
Yeah,
didn't matter.
I put the C's there just in case it crits, and then that's for confirmation.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, here's the thing. He's a slayer, and he has his studied target, and you are his studied target. So he gets a +1 on all these attacks. So there's one attack, and that doesn't hit. And because he's hasted, he gets another one, and he doesn't hit. So he actually feels pretty pathetic about his life now.
He should. That boot he's got up there, he should turn around and like stick it.
I know. I mean, he's like he's rolling a D6 for his hit roll. Arabella, you're up.
Shoot the mage again. Shoot the mage again.
Full attack.
You want to use your bane, you could, but I would.
Okay, I'm gonna use a full attack on
Mage.
that one.
Okay, so you are -4 from cover,
Not on her.
That one.
and her AC is actually pretty good. So neither one of those hit.
Okay.
You get the sense that she has both a mage armor and a shield spell up.
Ooh, that's
All right.
That'll be
Now
right.
it's
You wanna shoot that?
the entangles dudes, and you know what he's going to do? He's going to go down in a blaze of glory. He is going to try to hit Frank. He's going to take a 5-foot step, so he has a flank. Going to hit Frank. That almost certainly hits.
Yep.
Frank. And he gets the sneak attack damage because he has the flank on you. So you take 12 points of damage, but then he goes down. And because he was disabled. So he's not dead, but he's bleeding, and I keep track of that because I know some of you wanted to do non-lethal damage. Vasai, you are up.
I think you remember, maybe this will remind you last time I played Vasai. Vasai likes to be heroic sometimes. So he is going to charge the caster. It's caster fight time.
Excellent.
As a gargoyle
Suppose the
comes.
two of you are going to be like sort of flapping your hands, going at each other.
I'm at least a I look intimidating. I'm a gargoyle.
Girl fight.
Well,
girl and ugly girl.
Whoa.
well, I was thinking more businessman fight, but you know.
I'm going to stay 5 feet off the ground, so I'll have higher ground, and I'm actually going for a grapple with my charge attack.
All right, and you're just going to leave your little thing where it is?
Yeah, because it's just like a flaming sphere. It stays where it's at if you don't use a move action to move it.
So it's on the ground underneath you.
Yep, and you do get attack opportunities that don't have improved grapple or anything silly like that, unless you don't have a weapon out.
Right. Let's see if she has a weapon out. I don't think she does, actually. She doesn't. She uses daggers, but she didn't have it out because she'd never expected you to come flying in.
Alright. Alright, there's that, plus that. Oops, and 2 more for the charge actually puts me to 29.
You
Oh,
have
wait,
quite
sorry, I didn't
grappled
actually.
her.
Okay, I did actually. Whoa, I crit that. Whoa.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
You have grappled her.
There's now Gargoyle grappling the chick.
Yep, you're both grappled.
Okay.
Excellent. Now it's her turn. She's actually kind of unhappy about this. Now she wishes she had taken combat casting as a feat, and she didn't. So that means she can't cast a. Well, she could, but she'd have to make the concentration check, which would be hard. So probably what she will do instead. She thinks after watching that, she probably has no... I know. Because I'm a sorcerer. Weapons. Pyro often didn't have his weapon out, right? Same kind of thing. Her CMB is terrible, so her chances of breaking the grapple are very small. So she is going to concentrate. She has a better chance of doing that. And then what's the best thing to do to you? There's so many nice things to do to you. And probably the best thing... Let me check something real quick. All right, she's going to cast a spell, but here's her concentration check. She succeeds. She's rolling really well.
Oh, damn.
So, do you want a spellcraft to see what she's casting on herself?
Oh, sure, why not?
She is casting grease on herself, on her own armor.
Okay.
So, she all of a sudden becomes extremely slippery.
Okay.
And then it's a standard action to escape a grapple, I think. So she won't be able to do not a move action. So she won't be able to escape this round, but she just greased herself up.
Okay.
All right, Declan, you're up.
What's kind of funny is the other spell I cast that had a 10-minute duration is Resinous Skin, so I'm kind of sticky and she's kind of greasy.
Declan is going to move up and try to stabilize the Ifrit on the ground.
Okay, give me a heal check. You fail.
Balls.
All right, Elias, you're up.
And Elias is going to 5 foot over and chug a Tanglefoot Bomb at the other Ifrit.
All right. Give me a roll, see if you hit. You do. That is his touch. You have precise shot, yes?
Yes, I do.
All right, so you hit.
And 16 points of damage plus the roll.
Oh, and he is glued in place.
Perfect.
He's unhappy. I'll put a spider web for glued in place. So he's glued in place and hasted. So he can stand fast. That's how you do that. Frank, you're up.
Alright, so we got a tangle-footed guy with a haste boot up his butt. I'm gonna take a 5-foot step and I'll unleash hell.
All right.
Crit threat, does a 30 confirm?
Yes, it does. So that's 30. I think
right there, and then,
this is bad for him. Well, let's see. I'll tell you what. After the first hit, he goes down. Do you want to keep shooting?
No, I want to shoot at the lady. No, I'll go. I'll stop after the first one. Just gonna save ammo.
Okay, so he goes down after the first one, and he looks like he is close to death.
Oh, actually, nah. Well, let him live. Why not? I'd be merciful. Am I not merciful?
Yes, because he's not dead yet. All right, this guy. Let's. That's this one. Let's see if he can stabilize. His chances are slim, slim, slim.
Am I not merciful? He shouts as there's a bullet hole in the head of the creature.
Thank you. Yeah, guess what? He didn't stabilize.
Is he dead?
Well, he will be.
Not yet, but soon. He's got a round or two left. Arabella, you're up.
You can step up and heal.
Step up and
stabilize.
It's also very awkward to fall over when you're glued in place because his feet are still on the ground. And
Yep.
heal Danny.
You get him on the okay. You can flip to this guy and do a stabilize check, or you can double move to this guy and get ready to check stabilizing. There it is. So you can step to there. And if you want to, do your heel check stabilize.
All right, this guy is now stable. So this guy will not die unless, you do something. So he just sits there. Vasa. You can maintain your grapple if you wish. You get a +5.
Attempt to maintain. My total is a 23.
Oh, wait. But her CMD is a lot better now.
Yep.
Because of the grease. Her CMD is actually 24 because of the grease. So you do not maintain the grapple.
Okay, well, and then I sneer.
Move action left.
Yep, I sneer at her, and guess what? A move action is directing my wind blast to blast her in the face.
Yeah, okay. What's the save she makes?
Reflex. Yep.
I bet she made it.
Yep. So she takes no damage, but she gets bull rush, but she has nowhere to go. So.
So she just gets pushed back against the wall.
Yep, and I will stay right there because I pretty much threaten every square that she might go into.
You have claws now?
Draws. Yep, I have claws and bite and gore.
All right. So she is going to take a 5-foot step to there.
Okay.
And she's going to try to cast a spell defensively.
Okay.
Because that's what she does now. Because the wizard's in her face. That's not usually what you expect, but
nope.
Let's see, concentration. She succeeds,
okay.
And you, all of a sudden, a sparkling, beautiful burst of glitter appears here, all around you. You need to make a DC 17 will save. You do not. You are blind.
Okay.
So, we'll put on the ninja mask to make you blind.
Okay.
All right, that was her action, and that she's happy that she cast that grease on herself. Declan, you're up.
Yes, she is, because she was going to be pinned.
Really quick side note: what the hell is somnambulism?
That's when you walk in your sleep.
Yeah, sleepwalking.
Wow.
Where are you seeing this word?
Night March at Calcomedes description.
Oh, yes.
Unless
have you played that one?
Huh?
Declan, have you played that one?
Declan has not.
Or not Declan. D'Artagnan, have you played it?
D'Artagnan has. It was on Kevror.
Okay.
And unfortunately, we did not get the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. With the one that is on the ground, what would the heal check be? What kind of action would the heal check be to figure out how close they are to dead?
That one? That's a move action, probably for an active heal check to look at him.
Okay, second question. What is the range of Cure Light Wounds?
Touch.
Touch, yeah.
Well, then I'm going to say fuck it, and I'm going to run up to that guy and expend 1 sapphire on my first aid gloves to try and stabilize him.
Dude, you're getting Silver Crusade.
You know, if I were Silver Crusade. Only heal 6, so, you know.
Okay, but what that makes him is stable.
That is good. That is what I was intending.
He's still unconscious, but he is stable.
That's exactly what I was intending.
Elias, you are up.
Okay. Elias is going to 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I just want you to know that Vasa is fabulous right now, just so you know. he looks like he's ready to go to a disco.
I'm now a granite gargoyle, apparently. With,
yes.
Or away.
Perfect. Be within range to try and lock her down with the Tanglefoot bomb.
All right. Touch AC 18, and did you take the cover into account?
No, I didn't put it in originally, so yeah,
that's fine. So unfortunately, with cover. Yeah, good point. That does hit.
And 14 points.
So she takes 14 points. She does have fire resistance, it turns out. So she only takes 4 of it, and she makes a reflex save, but she is entangled. Is that correct?
Yes. She's just not stuck to the ground.
She is displeased by being entangled.
Yeah, it's a next 4 to her dex for any time she's being shot at.
Frank is going to move and then probably attempt to slay her. Y'all a bunch of sissies, man. I mean, seriously. I want to stabilize her, but screw that person.
Oh dear. Yes, 8 damage. She takes 8 damage.
Yeah, she does.
All right. Fritz Slayer is down. I'm just going to take him out of initiative because he's not waking up. Arabella, you're up.
Okay.
So here's the thing, Declan, he was negative enough that even if you had rolled max on your Cure Light Wounds wand, you would not have...
Okay.
Oh no, I'm sorry, it wasn't the wand, it was that. If you had rolled max, you would have woken him up.
Oh, well, I'm really glad I didn't roll max.
Yeah, okay, so you shoot and it does not hit, but
One
the
miss, the other
26
crit.
does hit. So confirm the crit.
Oh, shit.
No problem.
Arabella?
I'm getting there. Let's think it.
All right, that is going to confirm, although we have -4 for cover. -4 for cover, but let's see, when you take a dex penalty, but because of her dex penalty, her armor has gone down. So you do hit.
7 more damage.
All right, so it's
11.
isn't a longbow is a ×3, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Ah. Sorry, thinking times 2.
So roll another one. All right, so it's 7 + 5 + 4 is 16 points of damage. She takes from arrows. Okay.
Nice.
Vasa, you are blind.
Yes, I am, but I am angry, and I will full attack.
All right.
I made a macro for it just now while we were waiting, so here we go.
But was it, I will never do this. Wow. Okay. So the claws.
+1 to hit on all these because I'm at higher ground. So
Yes.
17 maybe hits.
So the second claw on the gore will hit. Give me the mischance. Oh, there's your mischance. Is low good or is low bad?
Low,
That's the question.
50% chance to miss, so low is bad.
Okay. So unfortunately, your 2 hits miss.
The gore miss. Oh yeah, that's a 45.
Yeah.
The 23 also misses, or 24 rather.
Where's? I don't see a 24.
There's a bite at 16, claw at 7, and claw at 23, and gore at 23.
Yeah, but the blind.
Oh, sorry,
again
it's
was
low. Yeah.
25.
Sorry, I'm reading it myself. And then I'll
Yes.
make a new willpower save to try to not be blind anymore. 19.
That one is good enough. So you unblind yourself. Pretty sure that's good enough. Yes, it was 17.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, and a
So
5
you are
foot
no
step
longer-
actually, since I can. Yeah, 5 foot step.
Okay, so now she is in an awkward situation. But she's going to cast a spell defensively because that's working quite well for her,
Surrender,
actually.
you know.
She just fails to cast a spell defensively.
Oh! Game
And
over,
loses
man.
her-
Game over.
Yeah, probably. She's not going to surrender because she is a dedicated general in the army of Tigora, and is going to defend her mistress to the death. Or to the pain. Elias.
Alrighty, let's try to the pain. One more of those.
What happened to Declan?
I skipped him. Declan, you're up.
That hurts, man.
I know. I skipped him for no good reason other than just being careless.
Well, shit,
Blam.
Declan doesn't want to. But I guess it's... And
Declan's nice.
Well, he wants to respect the wishes of the people. He doesn't want
Yeah,
to
that's
kill
good.
their children.
Mm-hmm.
But, you
That's
know,
good.
it's going to end up happening anyway. Because
Illustrated Adrian's going to totally recruit you.
he doesn't want to end up killing people because, you know, but it's going to end up happening because, you know, zealots.
Zealots.
So he is going to take a shot at her. Well, he will move there. And I guess he doesn't know that she won't surrender, so he's going to shout out, "Surrender now, or we will be forced to..." Sorry. Or we will be forced to use more force. Intimidate check.
All right. She laughs at you and says that you will defeat me, but Tigora awaits you behind these doors. Frank?
What about Elias?
Oh, I keep skipping people. Elias, and then see, here's what happens is I start to go forward, and then I say something, and then I push forward again. So, Elias, you're up.
All right, no problem.
Here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go forward again until we're there, and now it makes sense.
All right, 24 AC.
All right, you're trying to stick her, right?
You got it.
So give me the damage. She only takes 7 of it because she has resist. You are whittling her away. She does take it. It's enough. That's enough fire to burn a fire blood sorcerer, and she's stuck to the ground. Let's give her a boot. Oh no, it wasn't the boot. It was the spider web for stuck to the ground. Boot was haste. She's displeased by that. Frank, you're up.
Well, Frank is going to give her the boot by shooting her. So she's pretty bad off?
She's pretty bad off.
Alright.
But she can take one of your shots, no problem.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm going to have to take a 5-foot step and then give her 3 shots.
Okay, I guess. I think she still does have cover from here.
That's nice.
Yes.
For the love of humanity, man, don't kill her.
Let's see, 29, 26, and 22 all hit. So that's 10 plus 6 plus 3. That's 19 points of damage. She looks like she's barely holding on.
So she's still
Arabella? She's still up, but barely holding on.
Can you skip Arabella right this second? Her computer
Got a
is just
connection.
logged off. Her
Right.
connection.
All right, Vasa. You see this Ifrit in front of you barely holding on.
I will full attack, but as soon as she goes down, I stop attacking.
Okay. You are not actually blind anymore.
Nope. Oh, possible crit on the first bite
Okay,
there.
bite for 5, and you're not blind, so you need to do that. And oh dear, if I can see, 12 does not confirm, but it did 5, and that's enough. She goes down with that.
Okay.
She was actually staggered as it was from the...
Arcane
Alright,
fight.
Yep.
Quick,
She
somebody
goes down.
stabilize her.
Alright, let's heal up now. I'm going to hand my wand to somebody and say, somebody smack me with
Yeah.
my wand.
That'll work.
So, are you somebody going to stabilize her?
If no one else,
Yeah.
will, Declan will run up to.
That was
All
going
right,
to say,
I'll say
I'll
Arabella
try to
can do the
assist
exact
that.
same thing.
all right, you're able to get her stable. She actually has some toys on her. Do you want to take all her stuff?
Yes, we want to take her
Oh,
to
yes, because even though you don't want to kill them, you still are just,
Murder
thieves.
hobos, yes.
She has, are you ready for it? A dagger. She should have used it. She has a magic cloak and a magic ring. Who can spellcraft?
Not it.
Ah, yes. The cloak is a cloak of resistance, +1. The ring is a ring of protection, +1.
It's no problem.
I don't know if anybody wants to take those.
I'll take the ring of protection since it looks like maybe I'm the only one that might go into melee. The wizard.
There you go.
Yes. And the other guys had, let's see, am I at the right subtier? They had +1 scimitars, a masterwork chain shirt, a masterwork buckler, and 4 daggers they never threw at you because they were hoping that you were going to run by them and they were going to get attacks, and it never worked. But fuck it.
Before we move further, Declan is going to ask to be hit 4 times with his Cure Light Wounds wand by somebody.
That's fine.
So like, smack, 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 smack. Lots of smack.
Yeah.
All right, and while you're doing this, the
There you go.
Oreads come rushing in, and they go and they
Oh,
take
good
off
buddy.
the people that you have knocked
Good, good.
unconscious, thanking you for not killing them, and planning to go and both heal them and convince them of the error of their ways.
Cities, dude, seriously.
They are their children.
Yes.
Would you want people killing your children
Yeah,
willy-nilly?
Well, if they were shooting at me, yeah.
Your let one's one.
From the 9 on, is that your Cure Light Wounds wand, or is that still on me?
No, that was my one.
Okay.
On yourself?
Yes.
Could you whack me one more time with my wand?
You go ahead to.
Lots of whacking going on here and making me uncomfortable.
And now,
Right.
yes, got us.
All right. There's a door in front of you. How do you feel about it?
Okay, step up and take a look at the door. Is it locked or trapped?
The door itself is neither locked nor trapped, I don't think. Let me check. Let's see. Door. Oh, greater fireball trap. Anybody coming within 10 feet of this door takes 70 d6.
Nice.
Fuck. And it's here 8 to 9. It's 71 d6. Yeah, that's a lot worse. So, no, it's not trapped.
Okay.
And I don't think it's even locked. It doesn't tell me it's locked, so I'm going to assume that means it's not locked.
All right.
This was the locked door down here got knocked down by. So, is somebody opening the door? Are you all where you want to be?
I think we are all where we want to be.
I think you're gusting spheres.
Yeah, it's gusting spheres only 6 rounds total, so it's gone by now.
Somebody's going to have, after all that healing, somebody's going to have to walk up to the door to open it, you know?
Yeah. 1 second.
Declan will do it.
Frank will just open the damn door. Just kick it open.
Yeah, Declan and Frank.
With panache. Just like, boom! What's up?
I get the feeling that Declan and Frank simultaneously kicked on their respective sides of the door.
It's like Wild Wild West style, you know?
Yeah, just like that.
All right. So here it is. This is the entry hall. 2 large, solid bronze columns carved into statues of Afridi. You can see them there. Flank a set of brass double doors set into the northern wall, and short hallways extend to the east and west. The wall hangings and artwork in this chamber are particularly elaborate, impressing upon you the wealth of the owner of this keep.
Nice. Once again, checking for traps as we go.
So who goes where?
10, 15. That's my first move for the perception there.
Okay,
That
you
door
do not
opens and I
see.
can see through the door and see the genie.
Who said that?
Frank.
Who said that?
Frank.
All right, hang on a second.
I can see
Yeah,
the
sorry, that
door,
door's-
I can see the Pathfinder we're supposed to rescue.
Stop! 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 Yeah, I got it. I'm not supposed to. It's not supposed to be open. Hang on
Oh,
a second. Let me just close
sorry.
it.
It's like I can see that. I can
Yeah,
see
everyone's
this.
not
I can see this.
Yes. Let me just that I failed to ever. Okay. There, I closed the door.
It's closed now.
All right. It was not supposed to be open. No.
Ignore what I just said back there, people.
You got it.
But I have intuition that we should explore the side rooms and just go to the main one.
All right. Show me. Are you going to open the door, Frank? Show me where you all are when he opens the door.
Same place I was on the last door, to the side and to the right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Declan, you want to be right up? All right. Are you all happy?
Yeah, it's like 1,
Works for me.
2, 3, boom!
Well, I'm not happy, but I will be content.
Okay. You open the door, and I'm having real trouble here. Fine. You have opened the door, and you see through. You see that there are Pathfinders standing in there. You recognize them as Pathfinders because it's Kira and Valeros, Mauricio, and Sione, in fact, very famous
Okay,
Pathfinders.
people, we're here to rescue.
And, however, sitting on a throne who stands up as you come in with a little fire method at her side, kind of laughing at you, just like that little guy in Return of the Jedi, is an impressive-looking Afridi woman. And let me give you a picture of what she looks like here. In fact, she's the cover of Afridi.
You're right there. You can see her, but you need to move first.
That's what she looks like.
She's kind of hot.
She's also she's quite literally, and she's huge.
Aren't you a mighty fine specimen?
Hell yeah.
Bronze walls sweep to the east and west, framing a magnificent throne room decorated with metallic mosaics that seem to shimmer and glow in their own incandescence. The throne itself is a large, chiseled mass of obsidian, and it rests upon a solid brass dais shaped like a fiery sun. Queen Tigora is in here, and she stands, and as she comes in, she says, "Step forward and let us speak. There is no need for us to come to blows."
Well, it's up to you, boss.
Step.
I concur, madam.
All right.
If she's trying to pull us forward to...
Actually, I would like to sense motive on her words.
Yeah, exactly.
You actually get the sense that she would like to negotiate with you. However, I'm also going to tell you that you can see the Pathfinders back here using Pathfinder hand signals, trying to use the word, trying to give you the word trap. You also notice, as you are looking at them, that the Afriti, looks over at the Pathfinders. Now, here's the thing. These Pathfinders are not tied or anything. They are standing, and with your sense motive, you get the sense they are standing sort of surprisingly still.
Yeah, they've been
like they're nervous
locked
to
into
move.
place. Guys, don't go.
Well, no, they're not. They don't look paralyzed. They just look nervous.
Ah, okay.
All right, and so they are saying trap.
Yeah.
Now, as she is looking over, as she by which I mean the Afriti is looking over as you are delivering these hand signals. Do you guys want to try to do anything to distract her, or?
I'm a laughter.
Yeah, Declan will speak.
Peasant.
And as he's laughing, Declan will speak very loud. Excuse me, I had thought the glorious Ifriti would pay attention to those they were wishing to negotiate with.
This isn't where a part of the car.
There you go.
Give me a bluff check, because
Oh,
you're
boy.
trying to distract her.
Oh boy.
You do not distract her. And she then looks at the Pathfinders and snaps and says, "Do not speak with them. I will speak with them."
I got an 18, is that good enough?
Nope.
Okay. Damn good.
Yeah, it was a 20 that you needed.
Oh.
And
I assisted him.
yeah, I'm going to say no. So the Afriti looks back at you and she says, "You have accomplished much in this town. You have raised the hackles of the Oreas. You have convinced my loyal smith to turn against me. You have even defeated my champion and my guardians at the front of my gate. I respect you. I know what you are really here for." And she nods to the 4 Pathfinders on the side. "These 4 here, who came disrupting this town before you. You wish to rescue them, do you not?"
We do.
Yeah.
They paid their 5 prestige, and that's why we're here.
Exactly. She says, "You may leave with them.
All right.
I will take as a hostage the counselor that you spoke with."
That's a fair trade. Frank's okay with it.
No, thank you.
I don't feel quite comfortable with this, madam.
No, thank you.
Why would one of your own citizens be a hostage?
Because she's going to kill him, and that way all the counselors are gone.
Yes, I do have that question. What happened to the other counselors? I was told that there were 3 counselors before.
This is not your concern. Your concern is your people.
I'm sorry,
Do
madam.
you wish to rescue them, or do you wish them to die burning and painfully?
I do wish to rescue them, indeed.
Then, take them.
But I have also come to care for the people of this town.
Really? They just shot at us and stuff.
Way to go, Frank.
Really? These people?
They were misguided.
They were misguided, but they
almost
have...
set us on fire. You remember that?
Again, misguided.
Everybody, you know what, I'll roll it because I have the buttons. I'm going to roll the super secret sense motive button here. Look at that. None of you succeeded. That means she gets a surprise round because she's going to do a sudden attack.
Aha.
She's decided that Declan is not going to be talked down, even though some of these other people sound reasonable. He does not. So she's going to kill you all.
Quick note.
Thanks, Declan.
Quick note.
Yes.
I am allowed to act in the surprise round, but if I don't know what's coming, I act last.
He who acts last acts loudest.
Pew pew.
Especially seeing how I have a gun.
So, if you get to act in the surprise round, you will act after her, because this is a surprise round. Oh, and yes, okay. So, so everyone can roll initiative, but she gets to act in the surprise round. It turns out the Mephit does not, because the Mephit was also surprised that she acted. Let's see, what does she want to do to you? She wants to do horrible things to you.
Definitely.
She has
And you know-
to buy me dinner first.
Declan might kind of be into it because he's from the desert.
So yes.
There are worse things in the man who wastes than he frees.
Dwarves. Hairy dwarves.
Yes, very hairy dwarves. That taught him the secrets of explosives and gunpowder and guns. He worships Torah. She has too many options, doesn't she?
Yeah, I'm beginning to think the last stepping up was probably not a great idea.
All right, she's going to blast Declan, I think.
Ow.
I mean, she
With-
was just being reasonable, okay?
With a scorching ray.
Oh.
So let's see.
I am
That's a
lawful
touch attack, if I'm
neutral,
not.
so.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
think
she
it's
just wanted to
rather chaotic
restore
good.
order into town, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. She's going to shoot 3 scorching rays all at Declan.
Oh,
Lee?
oh,
Yes. But she has to make a ranged touch attack with each one. And Declan, I assume you're flat-footed, or are you not flat-footed?
I would have an old effect, but I think since I have not acted, I'm still flat-footed.
There you go, then. And let's see.
Because
It
I
doesn't
don't
actually tell me what her
have,
touch
I don't have
is.
uncanny dodge, so.
Plus a lot. So here is the touch attack.
Yeah,
For the first one, the second one, and the third one.
Oh, that's gonna hurt really bad, isn't it?
Do they all hit?
Oh yeah.
You're gonna be burned.
Fire damage. There's the first. There's the second one. There's the third one.
13,
Ow.
18. One moment. Wait, 18 and.
She burns the fuck out of Declan.
Well, good news is Declan is still standing,
Yeah. So that means you win.
so that means I get to make my surprise round action.
All right.
But I am not within 30 feet, and I don't want to be.
And the ceiling's like 30 feet up in here, and you know that a Freedy can fly.
So, does a 14 hit her touch?
Does a 14 hit her touch? It does.
What?
She's
kinda
big.
Oh, and
Big
also
target.
Judgment of Justice. I gain a +1 on all light blade and firearm attack rolls.
Well, there you go then.
So she takes 15 points of damage as I blast her with my musket,
All right.
setting off the surprise round and taking a 5-foot step back out of the room.
And now we go into regular initiative, and it's her turn.
Oh boy.
She sees Frank and Vasa, so she's going to fire Scorching Rays. She's going to send 2 to Frank and 1 to Vasa. This is against your flat-footed touch. Frank, does 27 touch you?
Yeah.
Oh, does 25 touch you?
Yepers.
That's a critical. And Vasa, does 18 touch you?
Sure does.
All right, so Frank, that's the first one you take. Now, I don't know how I'm supposed to do this critical. Oh, it didn't come up.
It's double damage.
Is it full double damage, or is it you roll the first d6 again?
No, you roll all the dice twice.
All right, that's a lot. So that's the first one. Here's the critical one. So, Frank, you just took 40 points of fire damage.
Frank, I'm so sorry.
And Vasa, you take 15 points of fire damage.
5 after fire resistance.
Okay. All right, now you guys have all of your turns to kill her.
Because she's going to kill us if you don't.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot water on Frank, I think.
No, it's not going to help him, sweet.
Oh,
He's not still burning.
oh okay. Still won't help him.
Shoot him with bane arrows. Everything.
Bane attack.
Yes.
Ifrit Bane.
When the music of your heart.
Okay, Arabella's gonna shoot full bane attack.
All right, let's see. A 22 will hit, the 19 will not. So she takes 19 points of damage.
I can do it twice, right?
No, yeah, that's both.
All right, Declan. Now is your turn to act in regular combat.
Can I 5 foot to the right and fire around the corner, or should I fire first and then 5 foot to the right?
You can fire around that corner because the corner of this square is open.
Okay, so I'm going to 5 foot to the right, and then fire a lot.
Okay. Blam, blam. Musket Master.
Yes, I love Musket Master. A 12. Shooter. 11.
And this is against touch AC. Are you close enough to do touch AC?
I am within. If I'm within 40 feet, then I'm within the first range increment. So yes. Yes.
Yes, you are, just barely. All right.
Just barely.
So,
so 17.
Both of them touch.
Okay, so 1d12 plus 12 because of the judgment.
Nice.
Hooray for Field Marshal.
Mm-hmm.
So she will take 18 and 21 points of piercing bludgeoning damage as I hide around the corner.
39 points of damage. She has no DR.
Oh.
All right, minus 39 points of damage. She's in bad shape all of a sudden.
I was afraid she was going to have DR, fuck you.
She doesn't. Frank, you're up.
I am going to move. And then make sure that's enough. Yeah, it's good enough. Then I'll shoot. Can I rapid shot after moving?
No, that's a full round action, isn't it?
Yep. Okay.
Part of your full
Rapid shot, no big deal. Kaboom.
Blam! 21 hits, 7 damage.
And then I'm done.
Elias.
Elias is going to take a 5 foot to here and pour an infusion down Declan's throat. Here, drink this.
All right. So forcible. It's like Dr. McCoy. You just rip his shirt. And
Yeah, if you hadn't stepped way on in there, I would have gone.
Well, you know, gunslinger, pistol hero guy. Let me up front.
All right, Vasa. This would be a good time for Cone of Cold.
This would be a good.
Yeah. Actually, knowledge planes first. Going to 17.
17. You think she could be an Afriti?
Yeah.
She could be a genie of some sort.
Actually, can I do that as well on my phone? There we go.
Yeah.
Let's go planes. Let's see. Knowledge planes. Here we go. 34.
So, Afriti are genie creatures, powerful creatures, very tyrannical creatures from the plane of fire.
Mm-hmm.
They fight with a falchion and slam. They have a fly speed of 40 and a really good fly maneuverability. They can fire scorching rays at will.
Perfect.
Three times a day, they can do a quickened scorching ray, which is probably what she should have done because she could have done 2. She also can cast a wall of fire, which she may do soon if you don't. No.
Yeah.
They also have the ability to plane shift.
Oh crap!
Willing targets to elemental planes, astral plane, or material plane only.
Well, at least it's willing targets.
Alright, so I am going to do... What's the range on this? Close? I think I'm within close.
Do they have any weaknesses?
Do they have any what?
Weaknesses.
Vulnerable cold.
Alright. So, since those are spell-like, can I ready still to try to interrupt those or not?
You can, yes.
Okay. I will ready, although she does a quickened. Yeah, that could still get interrupted. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that because I'd rather interrupt and to prevent her from doing something as opposed to just doing some damage. So I will ready. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move too, so make sure I'm in close enough range in case she moves. I'll move to here. And then ready an ice spears if she moves. Or sorry, not if she moves, but she tries to use one of her spell likes to do damage to somebody.
All right. Good.
Method.
The fire method is going to he's going to zap Frank with a scorching ray. So,
Or Frank.
I know. Frank. Yeah, you are good. Probably he's not as good as she is at hitting. This is against your touch AC. Oh, not, but he still hits. He has a lower cast level. He does 17 points of damage against you. Fire damage. That's bad, because you're down now. It is her turn. She wishes that her tactics were written slightly differently.
I thought you were actually using wish. I'm like, oh crap!
Oh, yes. No, somebody else has to wish if she wants to do it.
That's right.
She thinks that if her tactics were written differently, she would do something very different right now. Unfortunately, her tactics are not written that way, so she won't do what she would do.
Plane shift.
Yeah, because her tactics say she needs to have fewer hit points before she runs away, but she knows that she's going to get totally killed by all of you. So, she sees a wizard coming out. So Frank's down, right? Frank's unconscious. She sees a wizard flying, and that's bad. So
I'm a gargoyle, and I haven't cast any spells. Did I cast a spell last round? What did I do last round? I can't remember.
You're also the only bad guy in the room.
It's true.
So.
Sure, I'll give you that.
So therefore, I think she's going to do things to you.
Okay.
I think she's going to a quicken Scorching Ray followed by a Scorching Ray.
Okay. So I'll hit her with the ice spears.
Yep, you see her. Yep, you see her to start to do it.
I'm off my arcane bond. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's shoots up stalagmite from the ground from a 5-foot square and tapers to the top to a 10-foot square. To a height of 10 feet. For every square that it goes through of a creature, it actually does more damage, so it's going to hit her twice.
Yep.
What spell is this?
Ice spears.
Ice spears.
From Inner Sea Magic.
Yeah, it's the wand that Elvana or that Radisek has.
I think Ivana had one too.
She might have. I haven't done Elvana yet. Anyway.
So anyway, I assume it's just one reflex saves for both damages, not. I know it says hit twice. It's actually, I would say it's probably two separate rolls. Your call though.
So she rolled the same on both. So
okay, so she takes half damage from each.
Okay.
So 2d6 piercing and 2d6 cold.
And she's vulnerable to the cold, so roll them separately.
Yep. There's the first one, and there's the second one.
So she'll take half damage. So she takes 2 piercing and 7 cold. So that's 9 from the first one. Oops.
And actually, when it erupts on the ground, I get a combat maneuver check against you to potentially trip you as well.
I think you're not gonna get to trip her.
Why is that?
Because you instead knocked her unconscious.
Oh, okay. Well, I tripped her just in an indirect way.
Yeah, that's right.
Somebody help me!
Yeah, now
And,
time to go and save Frank.
The fire method says, "Oh, fuck!"
He can surrender too, you know.
He said, "Yeah, please don't kill me. I just work here."
Great, now that means combat's over, and you all can fix me.
All right. So the Oreids come in, and some of the younger Oreids who are more angry come up and actually completely destroy Tidora Cinder Fury.
Oh boy.
Alrighty. I guess they harbored some anger.
The Pathfinders, now that they're able to talk, tell you that, in fact, they are standing on horrendous fire traps, that if they move or step off of them at all, will erupt into flames. Also, the Pathfinders look quite wounded. So they will want you to disable these traps. Is anyone able to disable traps?
Yes, I am.
Alchemist, right?
Even if they're magical.
I have a plus 15.
I was about to say, well,
Guess
I
so.
can heal you up with wands and then have you jump off the trap, you know?
Well, it turns out the disable device, these traps are actually pretty easy to disable. You think, looking at them, that you could probably do it in your sleep.
Okay.
So,
I'll do
you're
that.
disabled.
As
It's
a 20
DC 15. It's
I
DC
will-
15 to disable them.
I
So
will-
you're able to get these traps disabled with no problems. The Pathfinders thank you for rescuing them. They said, yes,
Okay, wait,
we
wait,
found the
is she-
solution-covered
is she dead?
valley. We came to this.
Is she dead?
She's dead.
Mhm.
Yep.
Oh, I'm about to say we can like. Put her in
I will go
wish,
to sleep,
you know.
and then I will disable this trap.
You took her out.
Perfect.
I mean, she was
And,
taking out Frank. I had to shoot her a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry we totally defeated your big bad so easily.
That's all right.
We were worried there, though. I don't know about you
No,
guys.
she did a lot of damage to you guys.
Yeah, holy shit. Declan was almost unconscious there.
Yeah, that shot would have
Right.
killed Elias.
News of Tygora's defeat spreads quickly through Crystal Crag, and the Orions respond with a mix of disbelief, relief, and confusion about what the future holds. Edgerin Stonemantle does his best to organize and encourage the newly liberated Geniekin, though he is better able to lead them with the help of Glahiri, who is the counselor that was rescued. It turns out, still captured, and there was the counselor, Glahiri, who was just captured at the same time as the Pathfinders.
Well, at least one of them is still alive.
Yes, and the Oriads and the Ifrits, especially since you made a point of not killing any of the Ifrits,
Mm-hmm.
not even the big bad sorceress. So you killed nobody except for the Ifriti.
Exactly.
No. The Oriads did that.
Well, okay, fine.
This is true. We knocked her out, and they finished her off.
You could have captured.
Actually,
that
all right, I'll
witch,
tell you what.
man.
Do you want to finish her, or do you want to try and enslave her and make her give you
I
wishes?
want wishes, damn it.
No. Thanks anyways. I've run into witches
As a-
way too many times.
Yeah, as a party, what do you want to do? You actually have the option, if you want, to stop the Oriads from killing her and of making her give you wishes because you defeated her.
No, really, I
Do you wanna
Frank,
try
Frank
that?
wants wishes.
Yeah.
No, let's go.
I'm a greed wizard, so.
So let's vote for what the party wants to do to risk this or not. Put an X if you want to wish. Put an O if you don't want to wish.
Frank is, he's cleaning his gun.
What do Elias and Arabella think?
Yeah, just type an X or no.
Because you know Afridi can grant wishes.
Yep.
Arabella's going to be the tiebreaker.
Aww.
Sorry, I've run into wishes way too many times.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I
So
got
you-
burned
you-
by someone trying to get a wish, so...
Yep.
And by burned, I mean I totally failed a scenario because he went back to get a wish from a freaking Glabreziu.
Oh, that was smart.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Wow.
Freaking ninja
Alright.
sorcerer, man.
So you guys choose not to risk a wish.
Ooh.
That's crap.
Sorry, Frank.
Sorry, I just...
Anyway, thanks to you keeping all of the Afrits alive, the Afrits are actually willing to start trying to reconcile with the Oriads. And what that means is that Crystal Crag may stay united. Valsog is going to stay in town, but he invites you to visit again, and he says he wishes to do a favor for you in the future, which you will see on your chronicle sheet.
Poor Frank.
Why are you
No
crying?
wish.
Because this
No
character...
wishes.
This
Yes.
character doesn't have the correct boon for the awesome giant.
Okay. Oh, it looks like I screwed up. There were only 3 missing Pathfinders, not 4. It says the PCs successfully complete their primary objective so long as they rescue at least 2 of the 3 missing Pathfinders and return them to Kathir. Done. Secondary success, if they rescue all the Pathfinder agents. So yes, although you fail if you don't defeat Tygora. So it turns out, if you had negotiated with her and taken the Pathfinders but left the Oriad population enslaved, you would not have received your 2nd prestige point.
Wow, what are we?
It would have been less bloody.
Yes, indeed, and it would have made some of you happier. So, faction notes. Members of the Liberty's Edge faction have the opportunity to rally an oppressed population and overthrow a tyrannical ruler.
Sounds great.
Members of
Elias.
Liberty's Edge faction should accomplish 2 of the following 3 goals. 1. Earn Idruin Stonemantle's full support. Yes. Rally the Oriads in Area B. Yes. And defeat Tygora Sindatheri. Yes. So you got all 3. So you will get the Crystal Crag Liberator boon.
Cool.
Members of the Silver Crusade faction are responsible for preventing further atrocities and ensuring the town is sufficiently stable in the aftermath. You should accomplish 2 of the following 3 goals. Avoid killing or fighting Valsog, yes. Prevent any Ifrits from dying in Area D, yes. That was the Alchemist. And rescue Glahari in Area E8, which you did. So you know what it was. My mistake was that one of these Pathfinders was the 4th Counselor.
Gotcha.
Instead of 4th Counselor. But whatever. So you rescued them all. Nobody set off the traps. If you had gone close to them, you would actually have set off the fire trap and probably killed them because they didn't have very many hit points left.
I mean, Valeros can totally be an Oread.
All right, so go ahead, first of all, and give... Yeah, Valeros is an Oread. Give me your day job.
Day job.
And then
Okay.
So 18 for Frank. How many gold pieces is 18? Sorry?
We did get both success conditions, right?
Yes, you will get 2 prestige for this.
I'm trying to decide which of my faction missions I'm going to do.
Oh, yes. Let's see, Elias.
Yeah, that'd be at 29. I've got plenty of the...
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
29.
Crafter's Fortune.
Okay, Declan day job was 26. Does,
Yes, Arabella does. I'm looking for it.
okay, and
I don't remember how much that day job is.
does Vasa have a day job?
Yep,
I'll just
rolling it right now.
Okay.
Oh, I was 1 away from the boon.
Well,
Let me see. Make sure I don't have some other boon that I'm forgetting.
yeah, and then also everybody, in addition to your day job, roll a d20 to see if you get a boon.
Okay. Yeah, there's Arabella's day job, 30.
Does she have a vanity that lets her use survival as a day job?
Yes, she does. She's the hunting lodge.
Okay.
Alright, now we're looking.
Day job 30, and then Vasa's day job is 18. Okay. And has everybody rolled a boon roll?
Not yet, that's what I'm...
Oh, look at that! Elias, you get to pick your boon. Do you know what the possibilities are?
No, but I did hear that one of them was a race boon.
No.
Yeah, unfortunately that's not available, but...
Hey!
Yes.
Oh, well.
You get treasure map, which is you can forgo 3 day job rolls to get a lot of gold.
Mm-hmm.
Or there is Xenophile, which is you get bonuses depending on how many race boons you have. And there is Xenophobia, which is you completely forego doing using a race boon for bonuses against that kind of race.
Well, since I don't have any race boons, I don't think either of those will help, so I think I'll have to go with the treasure map.
Alright, sounds good.
So, you said make 3 day job rolls?
No.
No.
What you can
will
do
get
is,
the boon.
since you have the boon now, you can forego a day job roll for 3 scenarios.
Oh, cool.
But not
And then
this
on the 3rd scenario, you earn a certain amount of gold times your character level.
Nice.
Yep.
And I get to make a boon roll too, and I get a random boon.
Okay, I wanna roll the boon for you. 1 is a treasure map, 2 is Xenophile, 2 is Xenophobe.
All right.
Xenophobe. You got Xenophobe.
Xenophobe,
sorry.
excellent. It's
I'm
alright.
sorry.
It's because I hate all Fricos. I'm a human, and only humans are people.